Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the best damn movie-related show on the planet Earth, the John Campea Show, coming to you from right here on my YouTube channel. I am, of course, your host, John Campea, and it is an awesome honor and privilege, as it is every day, to have you, our international friends, gather around as we talk about our favorite things in the world, movies, movie news, TV, and streaming, and all sorts of good things. And there's a lot of good things to talk about here today. First of all, we are welcoming back from her days of illness, Kimberly Curran. Kimberly, how are you feeling today?
I am feeling so great knowing that there is a result to the bet. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I was like, doctor, shoot me up with whatever I need. I have to be there. I have to either see tutus or ketchup and eggs.
And of course, sitting beside her.
Oh, how sweet it is, baby.
Culinary master.
Sweet it is,
Chef
baby.
Ray Ora. Chef Ray Ora is here today.
The number one. Oh, man, it feels so good. In the words of Kevin Malone in The Office, it's just nice to have a win. or something like that. Anyways, but let me go off for a second. One thing I'm very excited for is that I'm glad they didn't release a trailer, not for this bet really, but because whatever happens in the movie, like whether it be Venom and Doc Ock or Andrew and Toby, I have a feeling the theater is going to go bonkers. And, you know, it's going to be goosebumps all over again, just like the Avengers. Remember that first scene where Captain America tries to take out Loki?
Spoilers, Ray. Spoilers. I'm just kidding.
And then Iron Man comes down and you see Iron Man and Captain America together in a shot for the first time. Like goosebumps, like just thinking about it. It's going to be nuts.
Oh, there's still going to be a third trailer.
Oh,
Here we go.
Oh, my
It just didn't come the day I thought it was going to come. I was wrong about the day. I was convinced
John,
it was going to be the 29th.
You're going to be bathing in ketchup if you keep it up.
Oh, no. But I don't think many people don't think there's going to be a third trailer. I think there's going to be.
I'm so tempted right now.
But I mean, I was just wrong. I was so convinced it was going to come out on the day the tickets were on sale, that it would play during Monday Night Football.
You know where you went wrong, John? It's
didn't.
because Monday Night Football was on ESPN.
That's a Disney.
That's not like a main channel where you would think they would release.
But they did that for Endgame, and they did that for Star Wars movies. So
I was thinking, I got him because it's ESPN.
I was so
no one's
sure.
watching this game. There's nobody watching this game.
I was so sure.
Great game, by the way. Did you see it?
What's that? Oh,
Great
yeah.
game, by the way.
That was a crazy ending. Not no ending. Anyway, so yeah, what's going to be happening is later on, near the end of the show, Ray's going to duck out and go to my kitchen. And in my own kitchen,
He will shame me.
he is going to make some scrambled eggs and then put ketchup on it, and then I'm going to have to eat it.
Holy cow.
This bet was for the fans, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's for the fans.
It was for the fans.
So to all the fans who have been cheering for Ray to win this, go fuck yourselves. So I'm going to be eating ketchup on eggs today, and that's going to become a little bit later. But guys, we do have a bunch of stuff to talk about here today. Some much more joyous and happy things. First thing I want to let you guys know about, a little bit of housekeeping, is that we do have, for those of you who can't get your daily fix of the John Campea Show every single day in front of a YouTube video, good news, there is an audio-only version. We call it the John Campea Show podcast, that you can go to your favorite podcasting app of choice. Just search for the John Campea Show podcast and subscribe to it today. So if you're out running, you're at the gym, you're commuting, you're at work, you just want to hear the John Campea Show, the podcast is there for you. So go and check it out today. And thank you to everybody who's subscribed to it already. Also, I want to give an update. On something we talked about yesterday. Now, you guys know, if you watched yesterday's show, Ann and I do our Adopt a Family every year. We've done it for 8 years. And we always encourage you guys to go and adopt a family yourselves. This year, the story of the family touched us so much. We wanted to do something extra special and get you guys on board and help us with it. Again, just to summarize this family story, is a single mom with 3 young boys. Her husband was murdered when he was trying to stop another man from assaulting a woman in the streets. So she started to go to work with these part-time jobs to make ends meet, and then COVID hit and she lost all of her part-time jobs. And fortunately, her dad and her sister were helping her out. But then her dad and her sister, prior to a vaccine being widely available, her dad and her sister both passed away from COVID. Then she got into a car accident, shattered her leg. She wasn't able to drive. And we just heard this story. And we said there is no damn way that we are not going to do everything we can to try to give this family the best possible Christmas ever. The Joker says all it takes is one bad day. Well, we also believe the opposite is true, is all it takes is one good day. And we are going to give this family one good day. So what Ann and I did is we set up an Amazon wish list with a whole ton of stuff that this family needs, from clothes, backpacks, school supplies, everything you can imagine. We just loaded up this wish list. And we said, if you guys want to jump in there and help, go on in there. And we included we asked for like $30 Amazon gift card things so the mom can buy anything extra that they need. I was hoping we would sell like 10 of the 50 things. Halfway through the show yesterday, within like a half hour, 45 minutes, you guys started writing in the chat, John, everything's been sold out.
So amazing.
Everything's been sold out.
That's
all $30 Amazon gift cards gone. All the backpacks, all the shirts, all the socks, all the soap, all the lotions, all the blankets, everything that was in there was gone. And we were overwhelmed. So Ann and I said, okay, let's refill it with more stuff. And this time we put even bigger things. We put the three boys share one room. They don't have a desk. So we put a desk in there. They have no dressers. So we put a couple of dressers in there. Well, if you're gonna have a desk, you need office chairs. So we put an office chair in there. Then we put more clothing needs and blah, and we put in 30 more $30 Amazon gift cards. 2 hours later, all gone.
Oh my
God.
All gone. You guys have stepped up to the plate.
Thank you.
You guys are delivering. So here's what we're doing. We decide we're not done, but we're not going to bother trying to put anything more in Amazon because, quite frankly, even with both of our cars, we're not going to be able to transport all the stuff that you guys have already bought for us to take over to their house when it comes time to deliver. So what we've done is, if you guys still want to contribute to this family, this is what we've done. Ann has set up a PayPal donation link that you can see right at the top of the description of this video. And what we're going to do is, on top of what Ann and I are putting on it, we're going to take whatever you guys send into that PayPal donation link, and we're going to all put it onto one big prepaid Visa card. That way, not only can the mom get other needs that they have, but also, unlike the Amazon cards, if they have bills to pay, pay for heat and water and electric and whatever else it is they need, we're going to put that all into a prepaid Visa card and give that to them as well. So you guys have made sure that this family is going to have an amazing Christmas. If you still want to participate in that, there is that link below. So thank you to everybody.
That's incredible.
And this community is amazing. This community is amazing.
That is so amazing.
Thank you to everybody for participating and helping out with that. And I'm overwhelmed. I would have been thrilled if we just sold half of the things that were on the first Amazon wish list.
Wow.
And they 2 times over. They did it double. Everybody bought it out double. It's crazy.
You know what? And to anyone out there that struggled this year, a lot of people did. And everyone did. Just know that these boys are going to grow up and they're going to remember that. And when you spread generosity, it's much like me today.
Much like you.
It's contagious. Generosity is contagious, and those kids are going to remember your gift. And for many of you, they might hold on to the toy, 20 years from now, and they're going to remember that. And it's going to be a domino. They're going to bless someone else's life and affect someone else's life. So don't think that buying just something on Amazon is a small thing. It's not. It's life-changing.
Yeah, somebody wrote to me and said, I feel bad.
Life-changing.
Somebody wrote into me and said, I feel bad. All I got is the socks.
Wow.
Do you realize how
anyone
important
that's
socks
ever
are?
been truly cold? Come on, somebody.
Gone through a day and not had socks in winter? I mean, no, it's amazing. So thank you to everybody.
But hold on, John. Hold on, John.
Okay, what do we got?
That's all nice and stuff.
Uh-oh.
But where's this update to Newegg? Any update to Newegg?
Yes.
The other update we need to know
Update
about.
from Newegg. Of course, you guys know Newegg ripped me off.
Wow, it's getting harsher and harsher.
Oh yeah, I'm going to spend the next 2 months. I'm a bitter, vindictive person.
No, you have every right to be.
When it comes to companies that rip you off, when it comes to companies ripping off consumers, I'm a bitter, vindictive person.
Oh yes.
Newegg ripped me off. So for those of you who don't know, I bought a new PC because I needed a new computer to make the system work better here. Bought a new computer. I bought all the individual components and then paid an extra $100 for them to assemble it for me. They delivered it with the most expensive component, the video card, which is like over $1,000 right now if you look for it on Amazon. And the video card was busted. It didn't work. I got a hold of Newegg and I'm just like, hey, can you guys just send me a new video card? I'll send this one back. Can you send me a new video card? And they're like, no, you have to send everything back. And I'm like, I just spent a full day getting this computer all set up. I tore down my own machine. I'm going to have to like literally miss 2 days of work to break all this back down, repackage it, ship it, get my other computer all set up again, reinstall the hard drives and crap like that. I can't do that. You just sent me a broken video card. Please give me another video card. And their manager got a hold of me yesterday. It's like, no,
I
can't
haven't
do
heard
it. It's
about
against,
this.
it's against our policy. It's against our
What?
policy. Yeah. So basically, make no mistake about it.
Not
it would
cool,
be
bro.
easier for Newegg just to get one video card back and send it to me. The only reason they do this is to make it as inconvenient as possible so people won't return broken shit. That's why they're doing this. And so I will spend every day till now to the end of the year starting off my show with, it's Christmas time. You buying gifts? Don't buy it from Newegg.
I'll never buy from you.
Never buy from Newegg.
No,
They will rip you off
like
the first
them
chance
because
they
they're
get.
local,
I used to like them too.
Yeah, no, that's
Am I bitter and vindictive?
no.
Damn
But
right,
I'm saying
bitter
like
and
the
vindictive.
way you received it, it looked like they didn't even power it on and try it. You said all the cables weren't plugged in.
Yeah,
stuff
they're
that.
like one of the hard drives. We thought, oh my god, they didn't include one of the hard drives. We bought an extra 2 terabyte SSD for it's like it's not even showing up, and then we reopen the computer again. It's like they didn't even connect the cables to it.
So they didn't
They
even
didn't
bother
test
to
this
check.
thing up. They didn't bother.
So they could have
firing it
sent
up.
you a faulty graphics card and unknown it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to be that mean, but you know, like possible, right?
Yeah,
Like you say,
yeah.
it's possible.
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 All right. Anyway, guys, we're not here to talk about Newegg. Those damn bastards trying to rip everybody off. We're not here to talk about Newegg. We're here to talk about movie stuff, guys, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about here today. Here's how today's show is going to go. We break it into 2 parts. First part of the show, we're going to talk about some predetermined topics. Then in the second part of the show, we're going to start taking your live comments and your live questions. If you guys have a comment, opinion, thought, or theory about any of the topics we're going to talk about here today, and you're watching live, and you have to be watching live, just go ahead and use the super chat feature in the YouTube live chat, and we'll read that at the end of the main topics. But if you have a question, don't send in questions on the super chat. If you have a question, there is a tip link down in the description below, not the one to send in to support our adoptive family. Send it in there, and then you will get that question answered on this show or an upcoming companion video. And if you want to set, you can click on it down in the description, or you can enter it in manually simply at www.streamelements.com/movieblogtv/tip. You'll be getting your question read on the show if we deem your question appropriate to be read on the show. And of course, you'll be supporting our channel at the same time. And all of us here at the John Campea Show, thank you guys so much for your support. Okay. Before we get into our main topics today, let's do one off the top, and that is this. Ticket Watch
Take a watch.
2021 was a night of drama and intrigue and all that sorts of good stuff. A lot of stuff going on with Ticket Watch, of course, and what happened there. Now, of course, on top of all that, all the drama and everything happened, one of the things was clear. They sold a lot of tickets. I mean, they had to have sold a lot of tickets because with every site crashing, AMC crashed, Fandango crashed, Atom Tickets crashed, Regal's crashed, Cinemark crashed, everything. I mean, hell, Cineplex in Canada didn't even bother. They were like, screw it. We're just going to wait till tomorrow because everybody's crashing. And that might not have worked out so bad. So amidst all the frustration of people trying to get tickets and everything, the one thing became clear. This was going to sell a lot of tickets. Now, I said before Ticket Watch 2021 that there were going to be records broken. Definitely definitely pandemic era records. Absolutely. Maybe even getting close to all-time records. I didn't think it would quite beat Endgame, but maybe getting close. Well, it sold a lot of tickets. As a matter of fact, we have found out that in Canada, they have the one big main theater chain called Cineplex. And in Canada, Cineplex has officially announced that Spider-Man No Way Home is their #1 pre-ticket sales launch ever. More than Infinity War, more than Endgame,
Oh, shoot.
more than Star Wars, more than anything, it is the #1 ticket selling thing. We go over to their official Twitter account, and Cineplex said this. Spider-Man fans made history yesterday. Spider-Man No Way Home is officially our biggest pre-sale ticketing launch of all time. We appreciate your patience and support. Of course, they launched late because everything was crashing around them. And can't wait to see you on December 17th. Really, it'll be the 16th. Haven't got your tickets yet? Get them here. And then don't click the link there, guys, because that's only in Canada. Unless you're in Canada. If that's the case, go ahead and click away. So, yeah, now on top of all that, on top of that goodness, my buddy Scott just sent me where did it go? Here it is. He sent me a tweet from Fandango that says the following. Just in, Spider-Man No Way Home has just had the biggest first day of pre-tail sales at Fandango since Avengers Endgame. It only took 2 hours for it to break the 2021 record previously held by Black Widow. Beat Black Widow in only 2 hours. Sold more advanced ticket sales than Black Widow did in 2 hours. Other films that it passed included Avengers Infinity War, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. This Spider-Man movie sold more advanced tickets when there was no pandemic and Infinity War advanced ticket sales. And it didn't beat Endgame, and we didn't really think it would beat Endgame. Like, we didn't seriously think it would beat Endgame. But these are ridiculous numbers. These are ridiculous numbers coming in for this. Now, of course, again, we all knew it was going to be huge. We all knew. Now, it didn't sell all the tickets because they didn't put Andrew and Toby in a Monday Night Football game trailer, which would have been much, much better for everybody involved had they just done that. But they didn't. But they sold a hell of a lot of tickets. They sold a lot of damn tickets. And yeah, it's great. And Kim, you hear about this. Are you surprised by this? What do you think about it?
I'm not surprised at all. Are you kidding me? Everyone, we're not only so excited about Spider-Man, but you have to remember, as the world progresses, it's healthy that we're putting it in the back of our minds that life was shut down last year. So people are so excited to be together with the fan community because this isn't just only about the story. This isn't just about Spider-Man. This is about, I want to get with my buddies. I want to sit in that seat. I want to be surprised. I want to be amazed. I want to grab my friend and scream and go, what? Like, it's an experience. It's like a new ride at Disneyland. This is a ride. This is not just a movie. This is a ride that you want to take, and everyone's excited to strap in. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, and that's great. And by the way, this would be a good opportunity for me to mention again that we have been given unto us a private theater with a private screening, first screening of Spider-Man No Way Home on Thursday, December 16th, in close to where we live, which is in Riverside, California, at the AMC Theater there. It's going to be now the very first screenings are at 3 p.m. Ours is going to be at 3:30, but we're still probably going to see it first because we ain't going to have trailers. We ain't going to have trailers. So we are going to invite some of you guys who are watching this video right now. If you live anywhere around the Southern California area and you want to come down and be amongst the first audiences to watch Spider-Man No Way Home, we're going to invite a couple of you guys to come and join us. And here's how the invitations are going to be given out. Number one, no whining, no complaining. Got to be vaccinated. You're going to have to come and you're going to have to bring proof of vaccination. You got to bring your vaccination card. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't want to hear whining, complaining about it. That's just the way it is. So that's number one. Number two, make me a 15 to 30 second video explaining why you really want to see Spider-Man No Way Home and why you want to watch it with us. Just 15 to 30 seconds, no longer, no shorter, 15 to 30 seconds. Put it up on YouTube, and then you can put it as unlisted if you want, but then email me a link to that video at john@thejohncampeashow.com. That's john@thejohncampeashow.com, and just put the subject line Spider-Man. Just put the subject line Spider-Man. So if you want to come to this screening with me, Kim, Ray, Robert Meyer Burnett's going to be there.
Yeah.
Aaron Cummings.
Aaron
Cummings is going to be there. And Campea is going to be there.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire will be no, Tobey Maguire's not going to be there. But yeah, come on down. You want to come and join us? It's real simple. Again, make a 15 to 30 second video about why you want to see Spider-Man and why you want to watch it with us. Put it on YouTube. You can leave it as unlisted if you want. Just don't put it as private or else I won't be able to see it. So make it public or unlisted. Email me the link to that video at john@thejohncampeashow.com. And then maybe, just maybe, you might be one of the lucky people that we select to come and watch Spider-Man No Way Home with us. Just wanted to give you that. And
so exciting.
Yeah, it just, we'll beat Cineplex in Canada. We'll beat the Canada mark. No problem. Anyway, we're excited to see you guys, and we hope a lot of you guys send in those videos. All right. What do you guys think about Spider-Man No Way Home becoming the #1 all-time pre-sales in Canada and beating out in the United States movies like Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Avengers: Infinity War, and just about everything else? Are you surprised? Are you not surprised? However you guys are thinking about this, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys. With that down, let's move into our main topics here today, shall we? And how do we select our main topics on the John Campea Show? It's really simple. You see, you guys come up with the main topics. Whenever you come across a big topic, issue, or story that you guys feel we need to cover as a main topic on the show, just go anytime 24/7 over to www.thejohncampeashow.com/contact. Once you guys get there, you're going to see a form. Fill it out with your topic or question. It's absolutely free. Hit submit, and then maybe, just maybe, you might see your submission featured as a main topic here on the John Campea Show. With that down, Kim, what is our first main topic today?
Hey guys, so our first main topic comes from Kyle Arking. He says, "Hi John, Ray, and Kimberly. West Side Story is one of my most anticipated movies this month. The reactions are out and they're breathtaking. Critics are praising Rachel Zegler's acting debut and saying it's one of the best films of 2021. Never doubt Steven Spielberg. What are your thoughts? Thanks and have a great day."
All right, so look, you guys know that Steven Spielberg, to me, there is no question, he is the greatest filmmaker of all time. I mean, there are a lot of great ones out there, but none of them have the sheer size of catalog of excellence that Steven Spielberg does. And on top of that, when you list off like a lot of your greatest directors, none of them have shown the ability to do the diversity of filmmaking and storytelling that Steven Spielberg can do. Want to do a sci-fi epic? Steven Spielberg can do that. You want a big period piece? Steven Spielberg can do that. You want to do a war movie? Steven Spielberg can do that. You want to do a comedy? Steven Spielberg's done that. You want to do, I mean, you name it. He's every kind of movie. The only kind of movie I can think of that Steven Spielberg hasn't done is a horror. I think a horror is probably the only one he hasn't done. He is simply the greatest thing. With that being said, I have had almost no interest in West Side Story. It's not because it's a remake, because I have no problems with remakes. It's not because they got this newcomer in the lead role. I've heard her sing, man. She can sing. She's going to do very well in West Side Story. It's not that I don't like musicals. I can like a good musical. I just love Tick, Tick, Boom, Greatest Showman, whatever. I mean, one of my top 20 favorite films of all time is actually Moulin Rouge. Moulin Rouge is actually in my top 20 favorite films of all time. I love that thing. But for whatever reason, I have never felt all that excited about West Side Story. Don't know. Oh, you know what? Mr. A and a bunch of people in the live chat are now correcting me, and you're absolutely right. Campy, what are you talking about? No horror movie. Jaws. I yield to the live viewers on this. Of course. So he's even done that. He's even done. What can Steven Spielberg not do? Indiana Jones, I got you covered. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, gotcha. Jaws, gotcha. Emmy, Oscar winners, gotcha.
Terminal?
Schindler's List.
No, not
Terminal, baby.
Not Terminal. Terminal is one bad film. Want to do giant monster movie, Jurassic Park? I mean, he can do it all, man.
Yeah,
He's Steven
man.
Spielberg, but I still haven't been all that excited for it. I just haven't felt it. You know, I haven't felt it. Well, apparently, I should have felt it. Anyway, listen, this comes to us from the folks over at Joe Blow, who's writing this. West Side Story serves as the first movie musical. This is the one Steven Spielberg hasn't done. He hasn't done a musical. As the first movie musical for director Steven Spielberg, and it's written by frequent collaborator Tony Kushner, who earned screenwriting Oscar nominations for writing duties on Spielberg's Munich, which is so underrated. Munich is amazing. And Lincoln, which of course won a bunch of awards. Expectations are high for West Side Story, as the 1961 film adaptation is considered one of the best of the genre, earning 10 Oscar wins, which puts it in second place for most Oscar wins of a film of all time, 11, of course, being the record, including Best Picture. So yeah, the reviews on this thing have been, the first reactions are out. They did the world premiere in New York. Obviously, you're going to do the world premiere of West Side Story in New York. And the first reactions are coming in, and they are, I think, the best reactions I've seen of any film all year. I mean, just, they are the best reactions I've seen of any film all year. And maybe this will learn me not to doubt the Spieg, not to doubt Spielberg. All right, listen, this is some of the reactions we're getting coming out of there. Matt Rooney wrote, well, of course, Spielberg did it. West Side Story is sensational, visually marvelous, and adapts the material in a way that feels in its own while playing homage to an era of movie musical gone by. Ziegler is a tour de force star in the making of, and many performers are simply knockouts. This one comes to us from Eric Davis, our friend Eric, of course, who's over at there at Fandango. He writes, Steven Spielberg's West Side Story is a triumph. It's beautiful and brilliantly photographed, a real love letter to New York City. Of course, Eric lives in New York, so of course he likes that. With a tremendous ensemble cast who truly redefined this classic story for a new generation. Shout outs to Rachel Ziegler and Ariana DeBossy, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, who crush it in this film. Daniel Baptista writes, Steven Spielberg's West Side Story is a love letter to classic Hollywood filmmaking with music, choreography, and set design that are pure magic. This one comes to us from Critical Overlord, who wrote, Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, and it's okay that he misspelled Steven's name. Steven Spielberg's West Side Story adaptation was a visual spectacle. Rachel Ziegler steals every scene with her impressive debut performances, felt more brutal than the original film, and I couldn't get enough of the immaculate set designs, which is one of the reasons that I have not been all that excited for West Side Story.
What?
I don't need to see a lot of dancing gang fights.
That's the style.
Apparently, they took a lot of that out and replaced it to make it feel more like visceral and violent and stuff like that. It's like, because I knew I'm going to have a hard time buying these impressive street fights when they're starting out.
Dance fighting is the original fight. Fight style. Yes. Ain't nothing like a dance fight.
Nothing like a big dance fight. But let's keep going through here, shall we? Kevin Powoli writes, Spielberg does not disappoint with West Side Story. Okay, maybe not as much dance fighting this time. Thank you. Maybe not as much dance fighting this time, but sets a mood from the opening moments and delivers all the way through that gut-punching climax. America is the easy highlight. Well, of course it'll be. That's the highlight from the original as well. Is the easy highlight, but man, Rachel Ziegler is magnetic in every scene. And guys, it just goes on and on and on. I mean, the overwhelming praise for this, for a movie that I, quite frankly, even though it is my favorite filmmaker of all time, have been, frankly, kind of lukewarm on. But if this movie is as good as they're saying it is, then this has been a pretty good year for the musical. Because In the Heights,
so good.
So unfortunate that it did so badly at the box office. Because In the Heights, I knew nothing of In the Heights. I walked into it pretty clean. Was literally, I told the story before, but Ann and I, when the credits were rolling, we literally got up and danced in the aisles with the closing credit music. We were literally dancing in the aisles with it. It's amazing. Tick, tick, boom. I mean, it should get Andrew Garfield some Academy Award nomination looks.
Sure.
And now apparently West Side Story. So it might be the time of the musical. Anyway, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about these early reactions? Granted, it's just early reactions, but still, they look pretty damn good. How do you feel about them right now? Jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys. With that down, let's move on to main topic number 2, shall we? Kim, what is our second main topic today?
Can you tell I'm blushing? Mike himself said, hey, John, surprising news. Deadline just reported that a new Magic Mike film titled Magic Mike's Last Dance is in the works at HBO Max. With Steven Soderbergh set to direct and Channing Tatum set to reprise his role. And you know what? I'm down for this. With Steven and Channing back, and as someone that actually enjoyed the other movies, I think this could be good. What are your thoughts?
I'm shocked. And listen, I'll tell you what, I'll get on board with you on this. That first Magic Mike is actually pretty good. The first Magic Mike movie, like despite all the the tantalizing whatever that's going on up there. I lost count how many damn times your sister watched that movie, dude.
Oh, man.
Like, she just put that DVD in. I kid you not. The DVD Anne got for either the first Magic Mike or the second Magic Mike, I can't remember which one it was, but it had a feature on it where when you hit play on this feature, it just played in a loop all the actual dance numbers
sequences?
in the movies. It just immediately flowed one to the next, and then would loop. And I swear to God, Anne and I think Corey and a couple of their girlfriends, they literally sat in my damn living room for 2 hours straight with these like just dance sequences on and on. And you mentioned Magic Mike to Anne, and she's just, this is a big smile on her face. I mean, and listen, to be fair, the first movie is actually pretty good. The first movie is actually pretty good. But I'll tell you what, I'm actually really surprised they're doing another one. Now, we'll get to that in a second as to why, but this comes to us from the folks over at Screen Rant who write the following. Soderbergh stated that he was inspired to make Magic Mike's Last Dance after seeing the work done on Magic Mike Live. That's a live show they did. He said, as soon as I saw what Channing, Reed, and the Magic Mike choreographic team did with the live show, I said, we have to make another one. Mike Lane's dream of connecting people through dance, through stripping, must be realized. That's how you connect the world. It's through the magic of stripping. Must be realized. Warner Brothers chairman Toby Emmerich also stated that he's thrilled to be working with Tatum, Soderbergh, and Carolyn, who's writing the script, on another Magic Mike film, adding, is there anybody on screen more charismatic and appealing than Magic Mike? Maybe The Rock. Maybe Ryan Reynolds, but I mean, it's
shake it like Channing can.
Can't shake it like Channing can. Give it that. I mean, and a lot of people forget Channing started. He was a real life stripper.
No,
that's what he was doing before he became famous, and a lot of people forget that. By the way, Channing Tatum, a guy for years I called the worst actor in Hollywood who gets steady work. But he just worked hard and worked hard and worked hard. And year after year, he got better and better and better. And now I literally and legitimately look forward to every new Channing Tatum project that he puts out. I now really like watching him in movies. So this is all pretty good. This is all pretty interesting. This is all coming. Now, why be surprised? Well, here's the reality. And by the way, this is going to be on HBO Max. This is not a theatrical release film. Right.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why it's a smart move. Because this movie wasn't going to make any money at the box office. As much as everybody knows the name of Magic Mike, the reality is this. Check this out. When you look at the first Magic Mike film, I mean, it did really well. It made $168 million worldwide. Now, you may think to yourself, $168 million isn't all that great for a worldwide score. But they made it for $7 million. They made the first Magic Mike film for $7 million, and $6 million of that probably went to Matthew McConaughey. So, I mean, when you really think about it, it's $168 million. So, of course, they're going to do another one. Now, they do another one with Magic Mike XXL, which, of course, is the craziest title. That is a great name for that movie, by the way.
Big surprise.
Big surprise.
Big surprise. Someone in the chat said
that. So they go ahead and they decide to do another one. They call it Magic Mike XXL. But the reality is, even though it costs more than twice as much to make, it dropped like almost 33% of its box office from the first one.
Oh, way.
Like, despite the fact that everybody knows the name, despite the fact that everybody knows what Magic Mike is,
and Big Daddy Cool Diesel's in it,
and Big Daddy Cool Diesel, and you got
Kevin Nash.
You've got
Matthew Bomer, Adam Rodriguez,
but more importantly, you
Joe
have
Manganiello.
Deadshot, Joe Manganiello. You got Joe Manganiello in there, the greatest and
Not
most
that I
famous
know anything
Dungeons
about
and
this.
Dragons game master, dungeon master in the world. He runs the world's greatest. Did you know he runs the world's most famous?
Yes, yeah,
popular?
I did actually. Yeah.
I am still working on getting my invite to that. I want to
was
get on
gonna
that.
say, because doesn't he play with the guys from Game of Thrones? And...
Well, he plays. Vince Vaughn plays as a regular in the game, but more importantly, a buddy of mine, Kyle Newman, director Kyle Newman, is a buddy of mine, and you've seen him on our show.
You need
before.
a seat at that table.
He
John.
is a regular in that game. He's a regular in that game. Actually, Kyle wrote the definitive book on the history of Dungeons and Dragons with a few other guys, and Joe Manganiello did the foreword on it too. Yeah, he did really good. And then Anne hosted Joe and Kyle Newman when Anne was still at Hasbro. She hosted those two guys and brought them into Hasbro to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and she was the person there for that. So she had them to herself all day and blah, blah, blah. And I've had Joe Manganiello in my studio before. Super nice guy. Super nice guy. The personality does not fit this big, rugged, rough exterior guy. Like, he is the sweetest guy. And I'm not just angling to try to get an invitation to this Dungeons and Dragons game. Or am I? But no, seriously, sweetest, coolest dude.
You are.
So maybe a little bit. But no, at the end of the day, when you look at these numbers and you realize, okay, yeah, drop. They weren't going to make a third film. Not traditionally. That was going to need a big theatrical release and require a big ad campaign. So getting this done via HBO Max is probably the right outlet for a thing like this. I know this is almost probably the most redundant question I'm going to ask all day. Kim, are you looking forward to Magic Mike's Last Dance?
Of course not. I don't want to see Adam Rodriguez like trolling around with his 18-pack. I have no interest in the fact that Channing Tatum twerks better than Cardi B. I just have no interest in this.
None.
No
interest whatsoever.
Absolutely.
What about you, Ray? I know you're all about that Magic Mike life.
I actually can relate to them, you know, with the body of a god. All this is just makeup. I got nothing, man.
I'm gonna go back into production and be the oil
pulling
girl.
Pictures for this segment, I was like feeling uncomfortable. And I'm sorry, but man, I was like, which one shows the six-pack better? I want the clearest picture. I don't know what I was doing. I was like, let me get these graphics together real quick and move on to the next thing. But yeah.
Do you know how many ladies' nights there's about to be?
Oh,
you know how many rosés or bottles popping, pour the rosé, get that frosé going?
Did you see the Conan O'Brien segment when he took his assistant?
Yes,
Magic Mike
I remember
XXL?
that. Yes,
that was hilarious, man. You see it?
I don't know. Probably not. No. I'll tune in.
but listen, I'll tell you what. The fact of the matter is, now Joe Manganiello said a year ago. This is interesting. He said, now this is before they said they were going to make another one, or I think even Soderbergh thought about doing another one. Joe Manganiello said a while ago that he's retired from Magic Mike. He's not doing Magic Mike anymore. You got to get Joe back. I think you got to get Joe back. I don't know how you do this without him. So
how else? Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
to.
I think you got to get him back. Anyway, guys. Question is for you guys.
Fluffy.
What do you think about the fact that, surprise, surprise, and it is a bit of a surprise, that they are doing a Magic Mike 3? Are you looking forward to it? Did you have fun with it? Maybe it's just for, the sake of your partner. I don't know. Whatever you guys think about it, jump down into the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. All right, guys. With that down, let's move on to main topic number 3. Kim, what is our third main topic today?
All right, guys, our third main topic comes from Fernanda Reyes. Hello, John, and thank you for the show. I saw a story that said Wheel of Time is actually ahead of Hawkeye for the #1 in-demand show in the world right now. This is shocking to me. Is Wheel of Time really that popular? Is this a sign that maybe the comic book genre isn't as all-powerful as we think it is? What's your opinion of the situation? Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot for sending that in. Yeah, now, look, there are a couple of big, highly anticipated projects that are out there right now. Hawkeye obviously started. And by the way, tonight is Hawkeye night.
Yeah.
Hawkeye night tonight.
Hawkeye night.
Make sure you come by, bring some chips again. Oh, are you going to barbecue this time? You said you're going to barbecue.
I forgot.
Oh, that's right. Ray's bringing barbecue today.
Oh, man. It's going to be cooking day for me today.
Shut up. I don't want to hear about any other cooking you're doing. No other cooking.
Barbecue
Am I interested in that you're doing today other than barbecuing for Hawkeye tonight? And of course, tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Of course, tomorrow, let you guys know that I'll bring this up here quick. Of course, tomorrow is going to be Hawkeye open spoiler discussion. That'll be, of course, tomorrow afternoon. But we're going to watch Hawkeye tonight. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to do the Hawkeye open spoiler discussion. So make sure you guys come by and join us for that. But yes, so Hawkeye's out there, but Wheel of Time is out there too. And I'm going to be honest with you. While I knew that Wheel of Time certainly has a loyal following, I never suspected it was actually going to end up being that big. I really didn't think it was going to be that big. But it's the number one show in the world.
Dang.
And it's playing a little bit of hopscotch. Now, check out this graphic here. So basically, this comes to us from Parrot Analytics. That basically what you see there is purple is Wheel of Time, which of course opened and debuted before Hawkeye did. Then you see that Hawkeye surpassed Wheel of Time. But then when the next episode of Wheel of Time came out, episode 4, it surpassed Hawkeye again. So right now, Hawkeye and Wheel of Time are kind of doing a little bit of a hopscotch. They're kind of leapfrogging back and forth over each other a little bit right now. But it does show, again, more proof that the weekly release strategy works. Because you see week after week, you see Wheel of Time get higher and higher. And even though Hawkeye surpassed it, it put out a new episode, boom, it becomes the number one rated show in the world again. This comes to us from the folks, again, over at Parrot Analytics, who wrote the following. The series' weekly release schedules are working to their advantage. Demand for Hawkeye outpaced demand for the Wheel of Time in the 2 days following its series launch, while the Wheel of Time rose back to number one the day after its 4th episode launched. Hawkeye rose to the top of the global demand chart significantly faster than its fellow Marvel live-action series. Listen to this. This is good news for Disney. The time between launching and hitting number one worldwide continues to shorten for the Disney Plus Marvel slate. WandaVision, which debuted in January, became the most in-demand TV series in the world across all platforms 14 days after launch. So that was by episode 3. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier launched in March and became the number one worldwide 8 days after launch, while Loki became the top show in the world 7 days after its June 9th launch. And of course, Hawkeye exceeded even that. So I think there's a couple of interesting stories here. Story number one is Wheel of Time. I mean, obviously, you're the number one show in the world. This, I knew it was going to have people excited about it. I knew there was going to be a core group of people that want to watch it. I did not think it would have this kind of global appeal, to be honest with you. Now, I've watched it. I've caught up to episode 4. I don't think it's fantastic, but it's got me interested enough that I still continue to plan to keep watching it.
You didn't feel the way you felt with a Hawkeye episode?
No, I like it more. I'll be honest with you. Right now, 4 episodes into Wheel of Time, I like it more than Hawkeye. But Hawkeye could easily pass it for me tonight if they give us a really good episode tonight. So we'll keep our eyes open for that. But it's enjoyable enough, Wheel of Time. It's enjoyable enough. Again, not great, but whatever. You do raise an interesting question, though, when you ask, does this mean that the comic book genre isn't as all-powerful as we think it is? Well, it's a good question, but there's a couple things you got to keep in mind. The thing you got to keep in mind, number one, is that Hawkeye is still competing Wheel of Time is ahead, but Hawkeye is competing neck and neck with it. And after Hawkeye has a new episode come out tonight, it's probably going to pass Wheel of Time. So keep that in mind. The second thing you got to keep in mind is this. Hawkeye's release probably represents the release of the least popular MCU character stuff they've done so far, other than maybe Ant-Man. There are lesser known, probably lesser loved characters coming, but that have been released up till now. This isn't the Iron Man and Captain America Adventure Hour TV show that Wheel of Time is competing with. It's Hawkeye. And it's still right up there with it. But it does say something. This is what it does tell us. It tells us that there is still an audience for stuff that isn't comic book genre.
Hey, yeah.
There are still big audiences for stuff that isn't comic book genre. And Wheel of Time is proof of that. And so I think that's pretty interesting in and of itself as well. So again, I expect Hawkeye to retake the number one spot. And then when Wheel of Time puts out a new episode, they'll probably, like I said, keep leapfrogging each other for a bit. But Kim, I want to ask you, have you watched any of Wheel of Time at this point?
No.
Yeah.
It's on my list. Foundation. You
got to watch Foundation.
Just started Foundation. I fell asleep yesterday when I was starting to watch it. And then Wheel of Time is on my list. I'm almost done with Arcane. I have one more episode. And so there's so many good shows right now. But I think they bring up an interesting point, because if you think about it, when WandaVision was out, what show had to be good enough for someone to be above like WandaVision? And then you think about Loki. And so it's interesting that it's neck and neck right now. I'm like, okay, all right, you got my attention.
And that their ascension to the number one spot in the world is getting faster and faster, which means that that because shows like WandaVision and because, look, I like Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I didn't love them nearly as much as WandaVision, but they were both good. The Disney shows are now getting a rep with their audience that, oh, yeah, when a new Marvel show comes out, watch it, because their ascension to the number one spot is getting shorter and shorter, and that's pretty interesting. Question is for you guys. Have you guys had a chance to see Wheel of Time yet? Have you watched Hawkeye? Which one do you prefer? Are you surprised, as probably a lot of people, to see that Wheel of Time is meeting and sometimes exceeding that of Hawkeye? Right now, it's the number one show in the world. However you guys think about this, jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys. With that down, let's move on to main topic number 4, shall we? Kim, what is our 4th main topic today?
All right, guys. Kyle Sutton says, hey, John, so as we all know, the Spidey tickets going live caused more madness than what the multiverse will cause. But apparently it's about to get crazier. People are selling their opening night tickets on eBay for a king's ransom of thousands of dollars. One auction apparently going for $25,000. What the hell, dude? I can have better luck getting a PS5 as well as a Holy Grail compared to seeing Spidey opening night. What are your thoughts?
Have you lost your damn mind? Have all of you out there lost your damn mind? Look, okay, so when something sells out fast, you know they're going to be available from scalpers. PS5s, right? As soon as they came on the market and some very few people got them. I've got mine now, by the way. I got my PS5 now, by the way. Very excited. But when they first came out, like, yeah, people bought them. And then they knew there are going to be other people willing to pay a king's ransom to get them. And so you saw PS5s going for like $5,000 and more. Like 10 times their value because people wanted to have them right now. And I saw them sell in the thousands and thousands of dollars. Not just be listed for that. I saw them sell for that. And so when you have one opening night, look, everybody will say, well, just go see it the next day. I understand that. I do. But as far as opening day for a movie like Spider-Man No Way Home, there's only a limited number of those available. There's only a finite number of seats in the world compared to the number of people who actually want to watch it on opening day. And when the demand exceeds the supply, the price goes up. Supply and demand. The price goes up. And there are a lot of people who don't want to wait for the second day or the third day or the fourth day. And for those people that it's really important to see it day one, they're going to be willing to pay a more premium price. How more premium? Ridiculous. Anyway, this comes to us from CNET, who writes the following. But now, after tickets for the opening night are all sold out, scalpers have appeared to take advantage of the tremendous demand for Spider-Man No Way Home tickets. Scalpers are already attempting to sell opening night tickets for ludicrous prices. One listing we saw had an early viewing ticket listed for $10,000 as a minimum bid. Others appear to ask for even more. As we mentioned, there is one, I came across a couple listing for $25,000. It's difficult to say if anybody will ultimately end up paying that kind of money for a cinema ticket. But there are listings out there with bids way above retail already placed, and they're not wrong. I've already seen tickets sell in over 4 digits. I've seen tickets sell over $1,000. I've seen bids on tickets that have like $2,000. Now, there are others out there, right? They go higher with the $25,000 one we mentioned. There are also tickets out there, for $2,500.
Oh my gosh.
There's tickets out there for opening bids of $10,000 or buy it now price for $15,000.
Steal.
Here's the part that confuses me. Look at that top one. Best offer. Look at the shipping estimates. Not only they're going to charge you $2,500, we're going to charge you $80 or $72.93 to email you this digital ticket.
Holy crap.
So we're going to get another $80 out of you, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Come on.
But again, while some of like this $10,000 one here, I don't think it's going to sell.
NFT.
Ooh, yeah, it probably comes with
that
AMC's
maybe.
NFT.
I forgot
Who
the
gives a
NFT thing.
Who
too.
cares? But while this one may never actually sell, the reality is a lot of them are selling in the hundreds and some in the thousands of dollars. Why? Well, again, like we already said, number one, there are a lot of people who don't want to wait for night 2 or night 3 or night 4. They want to see this opening day. And when something's important to you, the value for that is increased. I want to be there for that. Why would somebody pay, I don't know, $10,000 for a Super Bowl ticket? You can just watch it on TV. Well, because you want to be there.
It's the ride, bro. It's the ride.
It's an experience, right? You want to be able to say to your kids, I was there. Opening night for Spider-Man No Way Home. The movie that...
The crappiest movie ever made.
And I paid $5,000. I mean, people want to say that we're there. But with Spider-Man No Way Home, there's even another little thing. And that extra little thing is this. Other than Endgame, I can't remember the last time a movie that we know is going to be filled with an amazing amount of spoilers. And when I say spoilers, I don't mean that Andrew and Toby are in it. The entire planet has known that Andrew and Toby are going to be in this movie for well over a year. Everybody in the world. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the 10 to 15 other things that are going to blow that out of the water that we don't even suspect. This movie is loaded with surprises. And I'm not talking about the ones that the world has already known about for well over a year, because those ain't surprises. I think this is going to be loaded with them. And I think one of the reasons some people are going to consider it extra valuable to make sure they're there on opening day is that they know that by 12:01 a.m. on the 17th, everything about this movie is going to be out there. Every detail, every cameo, every appearance, every death, every multiverse cameo that they're going to do. Rocky Balboa is going to come through.
They're all coming through and I can't stop them.
Adrian, they're all coming through.
Oh my God.
That was a terrible Rocky Balboa. I should never do that again.
Yeah.
I will never do that again. If I could change.
Oh my God. And he did it.
And he
again.
continued.
He's trying to redeem himself.
Dig
right
the
after.
hole.
You could tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
It's about how hard you can get hit.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
Moving
Tangent.
forward.
Off the rail.
Nailed it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I nailed it. But no, seriously, I mean, that's the one. And so I think for a lot of people, they're like, you know what? There's no way I'm going to be able to stay all the real spoiler free. And we're not talking about the stupid Andrew. Everybody knows that. I'm talking about the real spoilers. There's no way I'm going to be able to stay spoiler free if I don't see this until Sunday or if I don't see it till Saturday.
Yep.
I'm willing to pay the extra $100. I mean, I still will never understand the 5,000, but I will pay the extra $100 to make sure I can see that on opening day and make sure I see it as spoiler free as possible and all that kind of stuff. And on that level, I kind of get it. And then there's just me some people with more money than they know what to do with that look and say, oh, it's only $3,000 to make sure I can see it opening night? No problem. That's the kind of money I'll never understand. But I mean, yeah, Ray, let me ask you. I know Spider-Man's a big deal for you.
Yeah.
But honestly, can you think of any movie, even a theoretical one that you can come up with, that would make you sell your car or do whatever it is you have to do to pull together, like, say, let's say $3,000 to go see a movie on opening night? Is there any movie you can even think of that would make you do that?
You know what? If I could go back, the opening night of the Avengers was probably the most fun I've had.
Oh, yeah, you were with me for that,
We
weren't
gave
you?
away posters. That night.
Yeah, that
the
was
lines,
awesome.
the news was there, the reactions. If you took away that memory of that night and I had to pay $3,000 for it.
To get it back?
Yeah, I would. Because that was probably...
That was a lot of fun that night.
That will forever be in my brain as one of the nights where movies actually made an impact on my life. Because I'm not that big, not as big as you, like a movie fan, but
Rylan
I like
Holman
movies.
is saying in the live chat, you would pay $3,000 for Terminal.
He sure would.
You and Ann, go watch Terminal.
I might, man. I love that movie. But yeah, like I would pay if you compared it to that, yeah, if Spider-Man gives me the same sort of memories, it's those nights that stick with me forever. You know what I mean?
Kim,
Like,
can you
I
think of
even-
one? I mean, Magic Mike aside and the 18 abs.
Yeah, Magic Mike aside. Yeah, Endgame, again, I think about like life with my nephews and how at the first Iron Man, one of them was like swinging his legs. That's how small he was, swinging his legs from the movie theater chair, and how at Endgame, these boys dare to be as tall as me. And I'm just sitting and looking at my boys and going, we have grown up with this series. Endgame was so important. Auntie Kim stayed in line for hours. I was in my beach chair with my book and my smoothie for hours. I made sure we were one of the first 10 people in the theater opening day. And for that experience with them and to grab their hands and turn and go, oh my God, he got the hammer. Like all those moments.
Right.
Those are memories. Honestly, dude, if I had it, I'd cap myself at if I had it, I'd cap myself at 10,000. I wouldn't pay 25, but I'd pay a pretty penny because it's the experience.
And that's
It's
the
the
thing, right?
experience for me.
The movies, we say it all the time in the show, movies are experiential events.
Totally.
And who doesn't remember where they were when watching Endgame and Mjolnir flies past
God.
Thanos and Thor into the hand of Captain America? When you hear On Your Left and the thing opens up. When you're watching Infinity War and the Bifrost opens on the middle of the Wakandan battlefield and Thor emerges out of the mist and Banner says, you guys are screwed now. I mean, I still remember that. I mean, those experiences become worth a lot. For me, for Spider-Man No Way Home, I maybe could see myself spending $500 to make sure I got opening night. But once you start getting into these 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, I'd be like, okay. For $4,000 for a ticket to Endgame or for a ticket to Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm going to need a couple things. I'm going to need Jennifer Garner behind me rubbing my shoulders.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
I'm going to need Lily James feeding me popcorn by hand as I'm watching it. You do that, we may have a conversation.
I'm about to cook the eggs right now.
We may have a conversation.
Well, the tough thing is that's the price for one ticket.
One ticket.
My thing is it's about
Then who can you
it's
break?
not just that moment when the on your left moment, it's about grabbing your friend or your family member and having that moment where you look at each other and go, oh my gosh, like these moments aren't meant to be had alone. And so, I mean, the fan community is amazing, but sharing it with someone that you love, that's in your circle, that you care about. So that's the problem with the one ticket for 25,000. I'm like, I'm going to need like, if it was a 4-pack, okay. But it's the problem that it's one ticket that I'm like, come on, I'm going to need 4. We need to run deep to this thing. Like, come on.
Hold on, John. You got to go back to that question. Think about your most memorable movie night, and then put a price on that, because this is unknown.
That experience. You're right.
This is unknown right now. Spider-Man No Way Home could be so crappy that it could be the worst experience. But go back to the movie that you had the best experience at opening night. How much would you pay for that? If that someone said you're going to lose that memory.
That's a good argument. There's a much bigger price tag because you had those experiences. But I'd have to know I'm going to have that experience.
These people are jumping the gun on eBay.
You're gambling.
These people are jumping the gun on eBay.
You're gambling.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what. By the way, I haven't let anybody else know about this, but I already know one of our viewers. I've already communicated with one of our viewers who is literally flying across the country from the East Coast to come to this screening with us because they want to be in the. Yeah, literally one of our viewers is flying across the country. So we've already given away one invite. They're flying
so
across
dope.
the country to come to this thing. So you were talking the other day, Ray, about, I was like, man, somebody did. So yeah, somebody was going to France. They bought the only way they could get opening nights. Somebody wrote in, the only way they were able to get opening night tickets was to go to France to watch it.
Are you
Ray's like,
serious?
man, I hope the movie doesn't suck.
Oh, but you know what? In years to come, that's going to be one of
That's a
those
story.
stories. That's going to be one of those stories at the party where everyone's like, "Oh, dude, I totally feel you." It's honestly, it's worth it, and that's what I love about the fan community.
Yep.
It
All
just
right.
better be freaking good.
It better be good. Man, for everything we're getting right now. Okay, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? Would you ever consider paying, forgetting the hundreds, because I think all of us would say that the hundreds, okay, for certain, but would you pay into the thousands for an opening night movie ticket, given all the circumstances surrounding here? I don't know. It's a tough question. However you guys feel about it, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys, with that down and out of the way, I have the massive displeasure to announce that Ray's got to step out of the room now because
my God.
apparently he's going to go cook something up. Can you smell what the Ray is cooking? There he goes.
I'm nervous
Empty
to
chair.
watch you
Oh.
because I'm a little nauseous from yesterday.
You have no idea
and
how
I'm
nervous I am.
really nervous that it's going to be like The Office when Pam was pregnant and she had morning sickness and she threw up and then Andy threw up and then Dwight threw up and then Angela threw up and I'm like, I think I might need
Yeah.
a bucket.
Yeah. Yeah.
So scared. Oh God.
Yeah, this ain't gonna be good. This ain't gonna be pretty. There's not gonna be anything joyous about this.
Oh,
Not at all.
God.
But anyway, while we await for Chef Ray to do his dark, evil deeds, we do have, you guys have been firing in. We've turned off the super chat feature now because we've gotten as many as we can handle. But a bunch of you guys have been sending in comments and thoughts. So let's get to it. Kim, what do we got listed up here?
All right. Jim X Mafia says, how is the ketchup and egg, John? Just kidding.
We'll
Hope
find
you're
out
okay.
soon, you loser. All right. What's next?
Stefan De La Water says, The Summit of the Gods released on Netflix today, and I can't recommend it enough. Gorgeous and haunting French animated movie about an alpinist and a journalist tracking him down, 100% on Rotten Tomato.
Again, not surprised to find out that there's something on Netflix that might actually be good that I've never even heard of because they're the worst at marketing their stuff. But thank you, Stefan, for putting that on everybody's radar. I'll keep my eye open for it. What's next?
All right, Casey Mack says, if that ticket was signed by Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Toby, then maybe $25,000 would make sense. But for a single ticket, $25,000 is too much.
Well, yeah, because then it becomes literally something you could take and sell later for even more. Like, yeah, you show me an opening night ticket autographed by Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, and Tobey Maguire. Well, then we're talking. I'll sell my car to get that ticket because I'm going to be able to sell that later for even more. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, what's next?
Casey Mack says, I think ketchup with scrambled egg is actually pretty good, but
Awful.
but I don't know I've ever tried ketchup on regular eggs. Is he scrambling it?
Yeah, he's going to scramble the eggs. Yeah.
Please, God.
Oh yeah, scrambled eggs. No, this ain't gonna be pretty, Casey. This ain't gonna be pretty.
Oh,
All right,
God.
what's next?
Brian learns stuff. Says, John throwing a Hail Mary, but can the TV spot where Holland teased TM and AG get you out of eating that gross monstrosity? It aired yesterday.
No, although I'm watching the football game yesterday, saying, "Come on, play a new spot." And they started to play a new spot. I'm like, I'm saved, but it was 15 seconds. And it really didn't have any new footage. And it just said tickets on sale now, which was one of the things we needed it to have. But it was really no new footage. It was only 15 seconds. And I'm like, this doesn't count. This doesn't get me out of it. And I was so mad.
I know you were sweating.
So mad. All right, what's next?
Johnny Got Lost says, I feel Venom will start off thinking Spider-Man is a villain because of what the news is saying about him, but switches sides when he realizes he isn't.
I don't think
a
you're wrong,
killer.
Johnny. I think that's most people's assumption right now. So it's probably a pretty safe guess on that. No, it's next.
Casey Mack says, this reminds me of a Dr. Seuss book, Ron. Will you try ketchup with eggs? John, I will not try them, Ron. I am. I will not like them anywhere.
I will not eat green eggs and ham, Sam. I am. I will not like. All right, what's next?
All right, Sean Nicholson sends in a super chat and says, Tom Holland said in a video yesterday that he needed help from two special friends to be announced something, then had Ned and MJ next to him saying, who else would it be? Sony is just toying with us now.
Oh, yeah, look, it's complete public. Like, everybody knows. Everybody has known for a year. Ever since that video footage, that video leaked of Andrew Garfield in the Spider-Man costume, ever since that, I mean, everybody on the planet knows. It's no big surprise. But there are Ray's not here to echo it, but there are big surprises coming.
Big surprises.
Big surprise. Kim filling in there in the clinch. There are big surprises coming. All right, what's next?
Casey Mack says, reminds me of that Dr. Seuss book, Green Eggs and Ham, only this time, instead of actually liking green eggs and ham, John will most likely vomit up ketchup with eggs.
It's, I look more forward to going to the dentist than I do about this. All right, what's next?
Official Friend Zone says, Spider-Man advanced ticket sales were the highest since Endgame, more than Infinity War, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, and that's everywhere. That's not just in Canada, where it's the number one all-time. Like, it even beat Endgame in Canada for advanced ticket sales. But other than Endgame here, just about everything else. I mean, it's crazy the number of tickets they sold. All right, what's next?
Unbeatable says, tried Wheel of Time. I tapped out after first 2.
Yeah, a lot of mixed reactions on the show. Again, I'm hanging in there. I don't love it so far, but I'm enjoying it enough for now. So we'll see how it improves. All right, what's next?
Al Renshaw says, I have an idea, John. Instead of eating ketchup on eggs today, double up. If Toby and Andrew show up in the movie for at least 30 minutes, you win the bet, and Ray has to wear a tutu for a week. If you lose, then you have to release breakdancing videos and a couple of photos from your Star Wars fan film. I think Kimberly and Ray would vote yes.
Well, there's nothing in the world that would get me to release the breakdancing videos. I mean, it would, other than Tom Hanks literally taking my wife Ann out for coffee. That would be like the only thing I would release the breakdancing video for. But that can't be a bet because Ray and I don't really disagree about how much Toby and Andrew are going to be in it. So you have to make a bet based on something that you really, really strongly disagree on. We don't disagree that much on it. All right, what's next?
All right, Official Friend Zone says, in a video, Tom Holland introduced 2 friends.
Yep.
We expect to be Toby and Andrew. And then Ned and NJ came and said, Tom. And Tom said, who else could it be?
By the way, I don't think many people don't think there's going to be a third trailer. There will be a third trailer. It just did not happen on the day that I was so sure it was going to happen on.
You really think there's going to be a third trailer?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I really think there's going to be one. I mean, let's put this. I'll be surprised if there's not. 3 is generally the standard number of trailers that they'll put out for stuff like this. Now, I don't know if they'll show Toby and Andrew in them or not, but I do think at some point they'll be.
At this point,
because, again,
you already broke the internet. Why would you?
Remember, well, because there are still a lot more tickets to sell. They did not sell all the tickets. They didn't equal Endgame. There's still a lot of tickets to be sold. And here's the thing. As was pointed out the other day, trailers today, when the final trailer for a movie comes out, it is now custom to say final trailer.
True.
That's not what the last Spider-Man trailer said. They called the last one Spider-Man No Way Home Trailer 2.
It did not, yeah.
And so I do expect a third one, but doesn't matter if it comes 5 minutes from now or on the 15th. I lost the bet. So, because I was dead convinced it was going to come out yesterday, and it did not. All right, what's next?
The Hannah Cast says, yum, 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 John, eat up.
You're all sons of bitches. All of you. All right, what's next?
Unbeatable says, Tom Holland's name is listed twice on Cineplex website. This is proof Toby and Andrew are in it.
No, it's not.
Nicholas Hammond from the 70s Spider-Man TV shows is in it too. What? This is proof, John. Confirmed.
No, that is not proof at all. But again, everybody on the planet has known for a year that Andrew and Toby are in this movie. There's just no
They're
surprise.
not in. I still.
You still don't think they are?
I still don't think they are.
Like, everybody knows that they're in this thing. So, I mean, it's really not that you don't have to, but that is not in and of itself proof. But Kim is going to look awfully damn smart if the 17th rolls around, we find out they are not in it. All right, what's next?
Sam Nishan says, maybe you already talked about it, but R.I.P. Mr. Stephen Sondheim. You were a genius.
Yeah, Stephen Sondheim passed away the other day. Again, it was so oddly weird that we just saw him portrayed in Tick, Tick, Boom and heard his voice in Tick, Tick, Boom, and then just days later he passed away. So, an iconic figure in the world of Broadway. And
him being able to see West Side Story. I was watching an interview with Steven Spielberg, and he said that Mr. Sondheim, after, doing some behind the scenes work and watching, he saw the film like behind the scenes, and he said, you know what, Steven, all I want to do is watch this in a crowded theater.
And he got to see it.
Yeah,
all right, what's
such
next?
a legend. Griffin Harrer says, I rewatched the episode from yesterday, and it's great what you're doing for that family. Bless your soul. The world could use more people like you.
It's not us. It's the whole community. It's you guys that number one sold out the entire wish list. And then when we reloaded it with even more expensive things, you sold out that wish list too. And then now I'm just going to be anxious to see how much money we raise to put on there too. Okay. I guess we got to take a small break here.
Oh my God, it stinks.
Oh my God. Oh, bitch.
This is the best. Oh.
John,
He hit you with the Hello Kitty plate.
And he got it on Ant's Hello Kitty plate.
Sucks.
All right. Well, Yeah. Okay.
Ray, Ray,
No, I have to say,
first of all, Ray, how much did you enjoy
I'm starting to feel real bad right
mixing
now. for
those
some reason.
eggs? Did you like the process, Ray?
I'm actually starting to feel real bad right now.
Such a teddy
Because
bear.
I just wanted the win. You know,
got
if,
the win.
If anybody knows John, he doesn't like to admit when he loses.
Oh God, I hate losing.
He hates losing.
I hate losing
plays
more than
poker.
I love winning.
He's the safest better. Like when Patriots were up against the Chiefs in Super Bowl, John would say something like, you know, the Chiefs would win, but my heart's with the Patriots. Where it's like, there's no way you could lose. So this is just the one win.
And I thought there was no way I could lose
The
this.
final, probably the only win, 1-0 against John in official video bets. Ray, Aura, baby.
Do we have a basket?
We have.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, do we have a basket?
I'll sprint out of the room if I need to.
Holy
First of all, you know
crap.
what? No. First, I'm going to take a forkful of non-ketchup eggs just to get the palate ready. By the way, the eggs actually look great.
Fluffy. They're so fluffy.
Oh my God, they are so fluffy.
Who would you put cheese in?
Hold on a second. I'm going to enjoy this for a second before the meltdown.
No, because I didn't know where their salt and pepper is.
Oh.
I thought the dogs had
You
salt.
could have asked Anne.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like, you know, I was like, oh, I don't want to like make it the eggs worse. I
All
mean,
right.
this is really just about the two.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You don't even fight.
to the
You
US
don't like it at all, John?
America.
Okay. Hold on. As you get yourself together, I looked up ketchup and eggs online just to see what the fuss is about.
You look disturbed.
And you know what? It's so divided. It's like 54% people like actually like ketchup and eggs. But
I know. I don't understand.
what's worse is like there's these blogs that have been put up where they're not only attacking people who like ketchup and eggs, but they're saying they should get their taste buds removed.
They're doing God's work.
And I
These
didn't know
people
it was
are
that
doing-
bad. I
Oh,
always
God.
thought
What was
it
it
as a
like,
normal.
John?
Hold on a second. Hold on.
How much did you like? Are you seriously drinking Zevia? Are you washing that down with Zevia? Ew.
Let the carbonation. Oh, I'm starting to
Ew.
Oh, drool a bit.
Carbonated eggs.
All right, hold on a second.
Well, I'm just saying.
Next bite.
Next
To anybody
bite.
who wanted an apology from John, this is it. This is the best I could do for you. This is all you're gonna get forever.
Take a nice big bite.
just take it. Just take
Oh,
it.
you know you love it.
My
Okay, I'm
argu-
just gonna get through this
It's
shit.
so good. It's
My-
so good.
My argument towards John was this: if you've ever had hash browns,
Ew, I
right,
can't look.
with eggs, and you put ketchup on your hash browns, it eventually mixes, right? So I never thought it was that bad of a thing. So, well, now I'm starting to feel bad.
Doesn't it taste
Oh.
good? You know it's delicious.
What are you talking about?
Are you on the ketchup and egg side or no?
Oh no, I think he's gonna fall in love with it.
Oh God.
Then I can't get you to like it. Then
All right.
if I make a famous
All right.
breakfast burrito and put ketchup in it, you won't eat it.
All right.
It's
I got the
delicious.
last of the ketchup down.
Okay. Thank you, John.
Oh my God. Never again. I finished the plate. There.
He protests
gone.
against Toby and Andrew.
Shit.
Be prepared to take over the show just in case.
Oh
you
my
start
God.
Yeah. Ew, the studio smells like egg.
Finally,
I cannot.
finally, all
Oh,
the hours of work, everything paid off.
oh God. I made a bet and I straight up lost.
I commend you. I commend you, John. I didn't think you'd actually
Good on
do
ya.
it.
Good on ya.
How do any of you who like ketchup, I'll never understand.
What?
It's like people eat pineapple on pizza.
Oh, let's save that one. Let's put a
I
tab
mean,
on. The-
I mean, I hate pineapple on pizza, but I can eat it if I
oh,
must.
okay. Okay.
But if I knew I would live, but I would pass out from hunger unless I ate the ketchup on eggs, I would just pass out. I mean, again, that's if I knew I would live. If it's the
Really?
difference between living and dying, I'll eat the ketchup on egg. Oh my God, it's terrible.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God, there's sense of it stuck in my teeth.
Someone said Bob Chapek is laughing right now.
Oh my God.
What you don't know is Ray was not cooking those. Chapek was here in the kitchen,
J-Mac was in the kitchen doing this
happily
all up.
scrambling those eggs.
Well, okay. Let's
Okay.
see if we can get back to normal.
By the way, I should mention, I was very happy to see that you did not soak the eggs in ketchup. It was very kind of you.
That.
It was very kind of you.
It was really the win, really. Because I never win against you.
Oh, God. Well, you got this now.
Even when I know I'm right, John has a way to talk to you and start making you believe that you're wrong, which I hate. And that probably comes with your lawyer background. Like you like to spin.
So he's a
things,
gaslighter.
And you
No,
start,
come on. I just lost the bet. I didn't try to weasel out of it. I was like, I straight up lost.
I could have studied, let's say, whatever, action figures for 4 years, got a degree of whatever that, talk to you about it, and you would find something to make me start questioning
A loophole.
my learning, my education. You're just really good at that. I just have to commend you on that. But
Oh, I don't feel good. I think I'm turning a little green.
You're
All right.
very much turning like reddish green. Merry Christmas, friend.
Oh. Ho ho ho! All right, let's get back over to the comments, shall we? Oh my God!
With that, Dalton Gray says, "Tomato Tuesday, you the man, John."
Oh jeez! All right, what's next?
Crashing Coyote says, "There are two types of people in this world. One, people who know Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Thank you. And two, people who eat ketchup on eggs."
Well,
You are now one of those folk.
Bruce Willis doesn't eat ketchup on eggs, I'm sure, but Bruce Willis knows that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's a movie that happens at Christmas time, but it's not a Christmas movie, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what's next?
Eli sends in a $20 super
Thank
chat.
you, Eli.
Thank you, Eli. Somewhere, Mephisto has collected the soul responsible for making John lose his bet.
I did such a bad mistake not to put out a new trailer on Spider-Man Monday. Such a mistake. I will hate them forever for that. Thank you for that, Eli. You're right. Mephisto will punish the souls of those responsible for this outrageous atrocity. All right, what's next?
Al Renshaw says, instead of peanut butter and jelly time, peanut butter jelly,
Why is
peanut butter
everybody
jelly and a
taking
baseball
so much
bat.
happiness in this?
It's
I
ketchup
feel
and eggs
terrible.
time.
it's
Let's
all
go,
the
John.
years. The
I feel
years.
so awful right now.
Ketchup
I
and
feel
eggs
so
and a baseball
happy.
bat.
What's next?
Nikita Monahan says, "Hi, John. Is West Side Story's reaction really the best of this year? Stronger than Licorice Pizza? By the way, loved MGM's Cyrano and Channing's dog trailer."
Cyrano is honestly one of my most anticipated movies right
looks
now.
beautiful.
I remember Aaron and I saw a preview for it at CinemaCon, and they just actually released the official trailer. It looks so good. Now, I'm already a big fan of the classic story of Cyrano de Bergerac. Having the Steve Martin Roxanne rendition is so good. But the classic one, I love the original one with Gerard Depardieu as well. And this is going to be great. I mean, I think the casting is fantastic. I think this is going to be really, really special. I cannot wait to watch it. All right, what's next?
Alrighty. Jay Weiss says, 8 tickets for December 16th at 6:30. Ticket Watch was so fun.
Ticket Watch was a lot of fun, Jay. I'm glad you watched it with us. And congrats on getting those tickets, man. Not everybody did. All right, what's next?
Maria Seifring sends in a $49.99
Oh my
super
God,
chat.
Marie sent in 50. Thank you, Marie, so much.
Ketchup on Eggs Day condolences. Use this to buy medicine to settle your stomach.
I am not kidding. When we're done here, I've got a pack of chewable Pepto-Bismol in my bathroom that I am definitely going to be making a dive for. All right,
I
what's
could
next?
see it in your face right now. I'm actually starting to feel real
No,
bad.
seriously, you guys, he looks a little
Your face is
like
a little watery.
gross.
You know what?
If you need to take a break,
As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a quick second. Kim,
I'm sorry.
would you and Ray take the next couple of questions?
Yeah, definitely.
And,
but if some comments are
and I'm-
directed towards you, we'll save it.
yeah, just say I'm just gonna chew on some Pepto, and then I will be right back. I'm just gonna get some Pepto. I'll be right back.
No problem. All right, Caden Stab says, 1, I hope new Spider-Man movies aren't split. Some in the MCU, some not. Your AAF is so amazing, John. All the love. No Way Home is going to make $1 billion. Thank you, Caden. John Comey says, hi, John. Big fan. If Spider-Man does continue to take place in the MCU, what other superheroes would you like to see Spider-Man cross over with? Like Iron Man, Nick Fury, and Doctor Strange in the first
Let's.
3.
Oh wait. Does he want? Oh, we'll save that one.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back already.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And then Jose Mays sends in a super chat. Thank you so much. All right, John. So John Comey said he was asking you what other superheroes you would like to see Spider-Man cross over with. like Iron Man, Nick Fury, and Doctor Strange in the first 3.
I don't care. I mean, that's I've been asked that type of question with a bunch of things like, who would you like to see Ant-Man crossover with? Who would you like to see Superman? I don't really care because it doesn't matter who they cross him over with. All that matters is do they write a good script for it? You know, you could have Superman and Batman, but if you don't write a good script for it, it's not going to be any good. So I'm really open for just whatever. You know what I'd really like to see? I'd like to see a Spider-Man solo movie because we haven't got that yet. Not since Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. We haven't had a Spider-Man solo movie in the Marvel era. So I would just love to see a Spider-Man solo film. I think that would be great.
If you ask me, John, myself, if I had to pick somebody,
right,
and it might happen, is Venom. I just want to see them
which
two in
we're
a
going to
movie.
see.
And I like those two actors together. I just think they would probably
Tom and Tom.
Yeah,
I think
Tom
they're going to.
Tom.
I think they're going to have great chemistry. I really do. All right, what's next?
Cincinnati's 5-star barbers.
Hey, big win for the Bengals. Big win.
What's up, guys? First off, John, better you than me. Ketchup and eggs. Barf. LOL. Secondly, Ticket Watch 2021 was pure comedy. I was smoking weed.
I'm sure that probably helped your experience with it a little bit. Ticket Watch 2021. Breaking news. I had a lot of fun doing Ticket Watch. I'm not going to lie.
Dudes, we should just get in the whole thing. Green screen.
Oh, next time we
green screen
absolutely.
behind me in front of an actual red box
With
reporting.
I'll do the weather.
Oh my God,
All
that
right.
was so much fun. All right, what's next? Thanks, Cincinnati. Appreciate that.
Luis Enrique de la Peña says there were some videos of people fighting for Spider-Man No Way Home premiere tickets in Mexico. Well, some of them actually cut in line.
Listen, there are some things
Yeah.
in a civilized world you don't do. You don't cut in front of a line
About to catch these hands.
because you're not just going to piss off the person you cut in front of. You've just cut in front of everybody that's behind them as well.
Yeah.
And listen, and I'm one of those guys. I'm not shy about it.
Oh, you were.
I am not shy about it. It doesn't matter if you're in a super long line at Costco or if you're at a big long line at some event that when I see somebody cuts in line, I don't accept that.
You call them out.
I do. I'll walk over and I'll say, hey, you know, we've been in line for an hour and 15 minutes. I haven't seen you here yet. So what makes you think you can just cut in front of
You're
everybody?
like Michael Scott when they had Pretzel Day.
Oh my God, that's right. Pencil day and they go
How do you
down.
feel about,
the
how do
line.
you feel about the
Back of the line.
save spot people? Oh, they're with me. I saved the spot for.
I don't mind.
Because if they
When
could be there, they would have been there.
It's like a significant other. It's
Right.
like my wife's
But like 10
here.
people.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when one guy's standing in line and you've been in line now for an hour and that guy's been in line in front of you for like an hour too. And then just out of nowhere, 10 guys who are just hanging out at Denny's then come by, oh yeah, and 10 people again. It's like, no, that ain't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I used to hate more than anything else though? Especially when I was the guy. I hated, thank God, that we now live in a civilized world where we have pre-assigned seating in movie
yes.
theaters.
thank you, God,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Because not only did it bug me when I'd see, like, you used to have to show up at a movie theater an hour before the movie starts.
Oh, yeah.
To maybe get a good seat. You're in line, you get in there, and there's one guy sitting there with one jacket draped over 3 chairs on his left and another jacket draped over 3 chairs on his right. It's like, dude, I'm the one who's been waiting in line for an hour, not these 6 friends you're trying to save these seats for. But what I hated even more, I've ended relationships over this.
Oh my God.
What I hated even more is when I'm in a group of people that is going to a movie together and some of them decide that they're not going to show up on time and say, oh, just save our seats for us.
Oh yeah.
And I remember
I hate that.
I would hate sitting in that seat with like 4 jackets draped over 4 chairs and feeling the eyes of hatred of other people in the theater looking for, because they're there and they're looking for a place to sit. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there trying to hide my face, saving 4 seats. And I finally just had enough. I remember the day I remember like, no, never again. And like someone say, oh, you know what? I've got this thing I got to do. I'll be there like 15 minutes to save my seat. Nope. What do you mean? Nope. Dude, if somebody shows up there, they deserve to have the seat instead of somebody else who didn't decide to show up on time. And if you can't be there on time, you either find a different seat or I'll wait for you and we'll find bad seats together. But I am not saving seats anymore.
Yeah.
That
Really?
is
I'm
not
the one
happening.
that's like, you know what? Go do your errands. I will save your seat. I got my big a movie theater purse where I bought my own popcorn, and I got my sweatshirts. Don't just call me when you get in the theater. Like, that's who I am. I'm sorry.
Bye, Kim.
I'm the people pleaser. He said bye-bye.
All right. What's next?
Are you on Facebook?
Shut up. Iman says ketchup on eggs or Newegg. Uh-oh.
Ketchup and eggs is better than Newegg.
What's better?
Newegg.
There's a T-shirt to be made
There's
there
going to
somewhere.
be a war coming to Newegg.
War coming.
I really don't like that they did that to you.
I really don't like that they
every
did that
time you
either.
mention it now, I'm like, "Ugh, that's messed up.
All right, what's next?
Cydia Swift says, I saw Ticket Watch last night. It was hilarious. The breaking news and the serious tone has to be on this show when news breaks. Too funny.
It was a lot of fun. It was a last second
that
thing.
graphic. I was like,
yeah.
You're going to make me cough because I was cracking up
Every time it
so
would come
hard
up.
every time you did that.
I'll tell you what, Ray just kind of came up with the idea while we were doing the show. He just came up
loved
with the
it.
idea to do it. And I'm like, that's actually a good idea. And we just kind of put it together at the last second. And it ended up being a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Take me seriously.
lot of
And what's crazy is that guy didn't even watch it live. He said he watched it yesterday, meaning afterwards.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's got over 90,000 views now. That video. It's over 90,000 views. It's absolutely insane. All right,
love
what's
it.
next?
Mike Hill says, is it possible to take Newegg to court?
I mean, listen, for a $1,000 card, what you would have to do to go to it would be far more irritating, time, money, and everything just to go and try to do $1,000 thing. You could, but it's not worth the hassle. All right, what's next?
Cincinnati's 5-star barber says, I'm super stoked because my show on the 16th is in IMAX.
Nice.
6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we will be watching the movie at the exact same time. You will be with me in spirit.
We will all be holding hands virtually across, in the spirit realm. We'll be holding hands all together, watching
This could be
Spider-Man No Way
bonkers
Home
for
together.
real. With the company we're going to have it in there, it's going to be bonkers.
It's going to be great.
I can't wait. I'm super excited.
I'm
now.
very excited too. All right, what's next?
Alan Gonzalez says there are videos of people fighting over the tickets in Mexico. The hype is real.
Yeah, again, cannot guys. It's a movie. It's a movie, guys. Come on. All right, what's next?
Kevin Cow says, love Ticket Watch. Got my tickets or Thursday and Friday.
Nice. I'm going to see it twice on Thursday. So I'm going to watch it at our private screening with some of our friends and a bunch of people from a bunch of our viewers coming at 3:30 in the afternoon. And then I'm going to drive into Hollywood and I'm going to go to the iconic world's most famous movie theater. I'm going to go to the Chinese theater at 8:30 p.m. that night. And because I got some tickets for that as well. So I'm going to go and watch it. I'm going to watch in the day and then I'm going to go watch in the evening at the Chinese theater.
Yeah, he's a casual movie fan.
Just a casual movie fan.
Just
I
casual.
cannot wait to go see that. All right, what's next?
Cincinnati's 5-star barber says, and finally, Kim, I'm glad you're back and feeling better. Thank you so much. Can't wait till the 16th and filth brats.
That's right. Kim was, of course, under the weather yesterday. It was good to see you here today and feeling better. Good to have you here. All right, what's next?
Om Lepri sends in a super chat. Thank you so much.
Mom.
Scott Fisher says, watch the hilarious Ticket Watch. Thanks for the stomach ache from laughing so much.
That was a lot of fun. And I don't know that when we're ever going to be able to do that again because we were talking about I don't think Batman's going to generate this much ticket interest. I don't even think Doctor Strange 2 is going to generate this much ticket interest. So it's going to be a long time before we get to do something like a Ticket Watch 2022 or Ticket Watch 2023 again. So we had a good time, man. All right, what's next?
I think this is, I don't want to mess it up.
Ra Matiba?
Ra Matiba? Okay. How do you think Tony Stark could come back in No Way Home?
I don't think he'll be back in No Way Home. He is coming back. I have no doubt he's going to be back at some point. Yeah. But I don't think it'll be No Way Home. But listen, like I said, the Andrew and Toby thing is not the surprise. Like I said, people have known that for a year. It's not the surprise. There are big surprises coming. Big surprises.
You missed my version of big surprises.
By the way,
I tried.
Pepto-Bismol, thank you. Pepto-Bismol is a miracle drug. It's amazing. You should rub it on your acne and probably make acne go away if you had it.
Or I should have put a little sting in the bottom that said no Pepto-Bismol.
No Pepto-Bismol.
For 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
Or something to drink. But who knows? Tony Stark flying through. How emotional would it be? You know how close Peter was with Tony?
Oh, yeah.
How emotional would that be if just for a moment he got to see Tony again? It would be great. I don't think that's happening, but it is one of the realm of possibilities. All right, what's next?
Jackmaster Norid says, "Hi guys. First off, Norid is pronounced no red.
No red.
Okay.
All right.
I'm here to see John eat the eggs. I got my tickets for No Way Home during TW2.
No, nothing else Jackmaster Nord has to say are we at all
For
remotely
Thursday
interested
in
in.
IMAX and Dolby for Friday.
No one's interested in what Jackmaster No Red has to say.
No red, no
After
red.
that little comment. All right, what's next?
Ismail Montoya says, wait. You've watched the post-credit scenes of No Way Home. WTF, can you at least tell us if it makes us go crazy?
Next.
Oh my gosh.
I am saying nothing. I am saying
Good.
nothing. All right, what's next?
Luis Enriquez de la Peña says, Newegg motto. If you want to catch up with all of your streaming content, buy a Newegg computer system. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we sent you something that didn't work. I guess you have to buy another one. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Newegg. Thanks a lot, guys. All right, what's next?
Bobby Jackson says, with the ticket sales of Spider-Man, I feel like he just may have dethroned Batman and Supes as the most popular / recognizable superhero of all time.
Of course.
That's ignoring all the other circumstances surrounding this. That this is, of course, the crossover with all the other Spider-Man franchises as you bring in Doc Ock and all this kind of stuff. It's the first big, true blockbuster in the post-pandemic era. We have it. This is the first one. All due respect to Eternals and all due respect to Suicide Squad, all due respect for the Shang-Chi. This is the first big, huge blockbuster to come out in the post-pandemic, especially in the comic book movie realm. This is the one. This is the one. Now, I think if we're under normal circumstances, if there was no pandemic and there was no 2-year lull in the movie business and all that kind of stuff, Spider-Man No Way Home would still be huge. No doubt about it. But you got to keep those extenuating circumstances in mind. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, what's next?
Alrighty, Leo Liang says, door dashing IHOPs right now to join John in solidarity. But I like ketchup on eggs, so I'm just ordering brunch.
Hey, look, all due respect. I mean, if you like your ketchup, if you like eggs on your ketchup on your eggs, all due respect, I respect your culinary lifestyle decisions. That's awesome. I'm glad you like it. I can't understand it, but I support you. Even though I myself cannot understand it at all. All right, what's next?
Daniel Luna says, I literally just bought my tickets for Spider-Man No Way Home for IMAX on Thursday the 16th at 7:30.
Nice.
I will be telling my boss it's a must for me to get off early just to mentally prepare myself.
I still remember when Star Wars The Phantom Menace, the first Star Wars, when nobody thought there were going to be more Star Wars movies, and Star Wars The Phantom Menace came out. I remember schools closing for the day.
What?
Yeah. Not everywhere, but I remember hearing certain schools were actually just shutting school down for the day. I remember there being news stories on the national news that record numbers of phoning in sick for the next day thing were happening all across the country. I mean, it was a nationwide kind of thing. And yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that, Daniel. I'm not surprised to hear. All right, what's next?
Parker Presses Play says there are still theaters in India that have 3 p.m. tickets for No Way Home on December 16th. Small state, I know, but very surprised opening day isn't totally sold out.
Yeah, listen, you're going to find places like that have that. Absolutely. So, hey, man, take advantage of it and grab up those tickets. By the way, we missed one. We missed Elliot Wizard under Peter.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Elliot Wizard says the tickets is realizing in Sweden tonight. Hype.
Probably meant releasing.
Oh, okay.
In Sweden. Oh, so tonight is when tickets go on sale in Sweden. Hopefully you won't have the same ticket crashing things. And say hello to Matt Sundin for me, would you? Give a big hello to Matt Sundin and to Boreas Salming for me. Okay, what's next?
Todd Naperick says, I hope the adopted family are getting invites to the premiere. If not, they should be the first in line. That would top off the holiday for them 1,000%.
I'm gonna tell you what right now, Todd. I am embarrassed that I didn't even think of that. I'm embarrassed that I didn't think of that.
Well, if you think of it, aren't you delivering the gifts on Christmas Day, though?
No. The delivery doesn't happen on Christmas Day. The delivery usually happens a few weeks early.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know why now. Got to think about how we'll get them there. But you know what? I'm going to look into that. That's actually a really great suggestion, Todd. That is a great suggestion. I'm embarrassed I didn't think of it myself.
That would be the best group photo, is some of our fans plus this family
Yeah, I won't do that.
Such a moment.
I won't do
Oh
that.
yeah.
These are
sorry.
kids.
I'm thinking
Like, I'm not gonna
No,
put-
for you.
Oh,
like
for
your
me.
life.
Oh.
Like for like.
Oh, yeah, for
to
sure.
look back on like you and Ann, just like
Oh, yeah.
looking back at our life and the impact we made on
Yeah.
people, like your community of fans, and that's just a moment. That's
Oh yeah,
awesome.
totally. All right, what's next?
Dance Production says, "Are you going to review King Richard?"
No, I'm not going to review King Richard. If I can't review a movie within 24 hours or 48 hours of it coming out, I don't do a review. So there's not going to be an official review of King Richard. No, unfortunately, because I was too late to the boat. All right, what's next?
Manny Garcia said, "So excited to see this movie in a packed theater. Those big surprises.
Big surprises.
Big surprise.
Shared with 100 other fans is the best part of the movie going experience for me."
Guys, listen, I say this all the time, and some people try to disagree with me, and that's fine. You disagree all you want. I don't care how good you think your crappy TV is. I don't care how good you think your crappy sound system is. It's nothing compared to the real movie experience of being in a theater with other movie fans and sharing that collective experience together. Nothing replaces it. Nothing replaces it. You want to sit at home on your couch the same way you sat at home on your couch yesterday watching Three's Company reruns? Oh no, tonight's special because I'm sitting in my same room on the same couch watching the exact same TV, but this time I'm watching a different stream. No, man, you make an event out of this. You go to the movies. You surround yourself with people. You get the real big screen and the real sound, and you have that real movie experience. Nothing compares to it. And I've got a freaking 75-inch TV hanging on my wall. And I've got a good sound system. I've got all that kind of stuff. And it's great. Don't get me wrong. That's great. But it's nothing compared. I wouldn't trade anything from being in that movie theater when Mjolnir flies into Cap's hand.
Oh my God.
Or when Luke lights up the lightsaber. Or I wouldn't change that for anything. I would not. Unless there was no other choice, maybe I have some extenuating circumstances. But if all other things being equal, there's no way I would choose to watch this at home instead of watching in a theater with other fans. No way. No way. All right, anyway, what's next?
Absolute Zero says, "Watching John eat ketchup on eggs became more important to me than watching No Way Home."
You are all sick, deranged people. Something wrong with you all. All right, what's next?
Shane Roxas says, "Strictly California residents. No exaggeration. I will fly my ass out here from Jersey. I could use the vacation."
Listen, I'm not saying
on,
that if you
girl.
don't live locally that you can't submit a video. Sure, go ahead. I mean, that's on you. I'm just saying it's probably more for people who live in Southern California so you can realistically get here. But listen, I'll tell you what, you want to send in that video, Shane, you'll be entered in too. And who knows, maybe you'll get it. All right, what's next?
Norwegian Kryptonian says, "Hey, John, why aren't YouTube striking down fan fake trailers for movies not yet released? Have seen a bunch of fake Spider-Man. It's annoying."
Yeah, I remember I started getting a bunch of tweet messages. John, did you see this trailer where they have Peter and Andrew? I keep saying Peter and Andrew. Toby and Andrew in the thing, and it wasn't. It was a fake. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that works or stuff like that. But yeah, I do kind of wish that fake trailers that aren't obviously meant to be satire and fake, but try to pass themselves off as real. I don't know how those don't get taken down. I think they should, because it causes just a lot of confusion amongst fans, because these fake ones came out. A lot of people thought it was real. A lot of people thought the trailer was real.
That one you showed us with the 3.
Yeah, with the 3 Spider-Men in it.
Whoever did the graphics
It was
for that.
perfect.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing.
Wow.
And so I totally understand that a lot of people see this and they think it's real.
Yeah.
And they write in.
I have had arguments with people that are like, "Did you see the trailer for this?" And I'm like, "The trailer for that's not out." They're like, "Nope, I saw it on YouTube."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No." And then I see it and I'm like, "You know what? It's damn good, but it's not official."
And then some people will say to me that, "Oh, it's inconceivable, John, that you saw that picture and thought it was fake." Well, no, like everybody
People do
sees
great
stuff and
work.
get like when the audience sees something that is fake and they think it's real. I mean, of course, like when I posted that one picture, I so thought it was a fake picture. I still to this day think there's a chance it was fake. But we'll see. But yes, they should take that stuff down, man. I completely agree, Norwegian. All right, what's next?
James Welsh says, "Spielberg never done a Western."
Has Spielberg never done a Western? I want to say he has, but I can't think off the top of my head what that one might be. Western might be the one. Maybe that's the one. I mean, unless you want to consider Lincoln has some Western elements to it. A Warhorse definitely has some Western elements to it, but a pure straight Western, that's a good one to bring up. That might be true. All right, what's next?
CDs TDs says, never thought a film could top the hype for Endgame, but TBH No Way Home has surpassed that for me. Might tear up if Toby shows and the song Hero plays.
Oh, I don't know if they'll play that specific music kit, but listen, look, everybody knows they're going to see those guys show up. I mean, that's beyond... Unless you're Kimberly Curran, that is beyond dispute at this point. But Kimberly Curran is going to look like the smartest person in the world if we go see this movie and they don't end up being in it.
But
yeah, it's hyped up for a lot of people. You know what? The other thing you got to remember is this. It has been, like, despite the fact that Rise of Skywalker ended up disappointing amazingly, it has been 2 years since we as a fan community have collectively all been looking forward to a movie and it's been years since we've had this. Because look, all due respect to Shang-Chi, which I love and is one of my favorite movies of the year, it was a surprise. Shang-Chi was a straight up surprise to me about how good it was. It's been a while, so we got a lot of this pent up enthusiasm that we're waiting on, right? To want to get out. All right, what's next?
Okay, this is coming from James Welsh. You think Ansel Elgort controversy will affect West Side Story?
Considering we don't hear anybody even talking about it anymore, probably not. Probably not very much at all. All right, what's next?
It's not Army Hammer.
And just a reminder, guys, the super chat area is meant for sending in your thoughts, comments, and opinions, not for questions. If you want to send in a question, send it in using the question tip link that's down in the description of the video and send it in there. But this is really more just for comments, thoughts, opinions, observations, things like that. All right, keep going. What's next?
Sidious Swift says, I saw King Richard on its first Friday. When I saw Erin for the first time outside of this show, I thought, that's why she's an actress. Seems like a completely different person. Fun experience.
I'll tell you what, every time I see Erin in something, it is like I'm seeing a completely different person.
She's so
like when I see her in
amazing.
Blacklist, or I watch her in The Flash, or I see her in The Disaster Artist, or I watch her in Spartacus, or I watch her in Mad Men, or I see her in Masters of Sex, or whatever. It's always like I'm watching a completely different person. That's not the same person that I hang out with and have lunch with. But it's really so cool. And by the way, her husband Tom, I just started watching. They did a revival of CSI. So CSI Las Vegas. So I start watching that, right? And all of a sudden, there's her husband Tom. I'm like, wait, what's going on? There's Tom. I remember the same thing happened to me. I was watching Madam Secretary when it was still on. And when I first started watching Madam Secretary, and all of a sudden, is that Tom? And it's Tom Degnan. Like, it's kind of fun when these people I know, especially like for Blacklist. I love Blacklist. I had no idea Aaron was in the show. I had no idea Aaron got a role in that. And so I'm watching one of my episodes and blah, blah. And all of a sudden, here comes Aaron, who's like the main guest for that episode. Yeah. I'm like, how did you not tell me you were in Blacklist? Or when Ann and I went to go see James Franco's The Disaster Artist, and Ann and I are sitting in the theater watching it, and there's Aaron. And it was like, get out of the phone. Like, how did you not tell me you were in The Disaster Artist? But anyway, there's
I love it.
All right, what's next?
Joshua Mickle says, if you look at MCU movie trailer patterns for all their movies since 2008, they have only put up 2 trailers per film. Only exception was Spider-Man Homecoming with 3 trailers. Not shocked for No Way Home.
You look at The Amazing Spider-Man 3 had a load of trailers. You look at The Amazing Spider-Man 1 had a load of trailers. So there might have been 1 or 2 that only had 2, but that's not all they've ever done. All right, what's next?
Nathan Cormier says, as a person growing up eating ketchup on eggs, Ray, please listen up. Drizzle a light amount of ketchup over the eggs to give it a light accentuation of tomato flavor. Do not smother. Enjoy the snack.
This is the other thing about ketchup. Ketchup doesn't taste like tomato.
It's got too much sugar in it.
Because I can eat ketchup. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't go out of my way to put ketchup on anything. But if there's no mayo around, I'll put ketchup on a hot dog. If I don't have like ranch, I'll have ketchup with French fries.
You just said if there's no mayo around, I'll put ketchup
mayo
on a hot dog.
Mayo goes on hot dogs. Put mayo on hot dogs. Mayo on
just
hot
like
dogs. Just like
Endgame, mayo on a hot dog?
Yep. Yes. But so I can eat ketchup, but I can't eat tomatoes. Ketchup and tomatoes do not taste similar. I know, John, ketchup is tomato. I understand that, but they do not taste the same to me. They taste
I force myself to eat tomatoes, but tell me you do. You don't think this is weird. potato chips in ketchup. Dipping potato chips in ketchup.
I have never done it, but I'll tell you what. You know, one of the most popular flavors of chips in Canada is ketchup potatoes or ketchup chips. It's one of the most popular, and I've never understood it myself. I've never understood it myself. Anne just bought some all-dressed chips, which is another big Canadian thing. She's loving them. I don't like them myself because it's got too much of that
chips.
It's got too much of that tomato flavor.
Oh,
anyway.
wow. Okay.
All right, what's next?
Spencer Nielsen says, classic movie recommendation, Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans. It's the forgotten Best Picture winner when the Oscars had 2 Best Picture categories, winning only Best Artistic or Unique Film.
I'll tell you what, I have never seen that. And I pride myself that I've seen basically all the classic films. I have not seen that. I'm going to have to add that to my list. Spencer, thank you so much for throwing that in there, man, and putting that on the radar. Good cut, deep cut, Spencer. Well done. What's next?
Josie Reviews says, give me some more of that Channing Tatum. Yum. LOL.
Tate Yum.
Yum.
Tate Yum. Tate Yum. Sorry, Tate Yum.
All right, what's next?
Con Elo 1, I hope I said that right. Mother effing Poltergeist.
Okay, so that's the thing. There, technically speaking, Steven Spielberg is not the director of record of Poltergeist. And we were talking about whether or not he'd done a horror movie. But basically, the Hollywood, what's the word I'm looking for? When it's something like a story around town, like a mythological story around town, urban legend. The urban legend of Poltergeist is that, and it's pretty much accepted around Hollywood, is that Steven Spielberg really directed the film, even though he's not the director of record on that. So that's actually,
really?
that's a good one to pull out there, Con L1. That's a really good one to pull out. All right, what's next?
That's interesting.
Phil Lehumku. Yep. Sends in a $20
Oh, thank you, Phil.
super
Appreciate
chat.
that,
Thank
man.
you. Not shocked about seeing tickets for sale eBay for these ridiculous prices. Concern for the buyer, in my opinion, would be what's stopping the seller from still using them, as most movie tickets use QR codes or confirmation numbers.
You know what? That's funny you mentioned that. Anne brought that same thing up to me.
Interesting.
That when you sell the digital thing, which is perfectly fine because you get the digital ticket, you got the QR code, you're perfectly good to go. But what is stopping that person from sending that same QR code to multiple people? And then you run into that problem. That's another reason I would never
wonder if
buy
we'll
those
hear a
tickets.
story on that.
That's why, even though it costs a ridiculous more amount of money, using ticket services like Vivid or AXS or something like that, even though it's way more expensive because they have these service fees attached to it, I will only ever buy my tickets through them now because I have bought tickets to events off of people before and been ripped off.
Oh, no.
And that happened to me once,
I was
and I'm
there.
like, never again.
I was there too.
And so now I go out to Vivid because they confirm. They it's all solid and secure that way, but I would never buy a ticket for anything off of eBay. Like, just because of that. Not that everybody's a crook, but you could easily be ripped off. So that would, because you're going to show up to your movie, get to your seat, and find 5 other people arguing over the seat saying, we all got the ticket for this. And what do you do then? Then what's the theater supposed to do?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yikes.
All right, what's next?
Jesse Meza sends in a super chat. Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
Andy says, there's a live theater production of Magic Mike.
Yes.
When the audience cheers the cast and crew after it's over, do they throw $1 bills instead of roses?
I'm going to tell you a story.
Hopefully not coins.
It's a true story.
Oh, man.
Ray, you may not like
Lord.
hearing this story.
I will step out for a minute.
It involves both of your sisters and your mom.
Oh, boy.
And your mom.
And your mom.
And your mom. Ray is literally walking out of the room.
Whisper the story.
So,
He's out.
so we take Ray. Ray has left the room. Ray is gone. He doesn't want to hear the story about
cow,
his 2
he's
sisters
gone.
and his mom. But true story. So Anne and Ray's mom, she loves going to Vegas. So whenever like it's her birthday or something, the good folks over at Caesars Entertainment, they hook me up with like the Rain Man suites and other these big amazing 2 and 3 floor suites and stuff like that when we got a special occasion.
Wow.
They'll set us up with that. Always great. But we took Anne's mom to Vegas one year for her birthday. This is just a couple of years ago. So it's me, Anne, Anne's mom, Anne's sister, Olive, and her husband, who's also Canadian. Her husband, Stan, he's like 6'9".
Oh, my God.
And Anne's sister is shorter than Anne is.
Oh, wow.
So Ann's sister's about a half inch shorter than Ann, and Stan is 6'9" and a bodybuilder, and played U.S. college basketball. But anyway,
Cute.
so we all go, and Ann and Olive decide they're going to take their mom to a Magic Mike show.
Oh my God.
Ann and Ray's mom, she's my mother-in-law. I love her. She's very religious. She's very religious. She goes to church every day. Whenever I walk into the house in the mornings, I can hear she's got like mass on TV and rosaries everywhere. She's got a picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi that I actually think she thinks is
Jesus?
one of the patron saints. No, like one of the
that's so cute.
patron prior
Oh
saints.
my God.
But
How adorable.
so they decide they're going to take their mom to go see Magic Mike.
Oh my God.
And not only did they take them to Magic Mike, and I cannot remember if it was either Olive or Ann, but one of the two of them got brought up on stage
Oh no. Oh God.
and rode those boys like cowgirls.
Oh, save a horse.
They brought back the video of it for me. I think this one was Olive, but Ann, I think this one was Olive on stage, but Ann has been brought on stage at Magic Mike with her friends before too. But like they showed me the video, and I mean it is it's like Metal Workshop. There was so much grinding.
Oh
And
my
like
God.
meanwhile, their mom is there watching this.
Oh my gosh.
And Ann just tells me their mom was just laughing and thinking it was the funniest thing in the world.
She's all dousing them with holy water. Oh my God.
Get off my daughter!
That
No.
is so cute.
Apparently Ann's mom was like just howling at the whole thing, like laughing hysterically at
That's
it.
adorable.
So that's our little Magic Mike live show when Ann and Olive took their mom to see Magic Mike.
Ray's back.
All right, Ray is back just in time. Good timing, man.
the heck out of
Just
there.
missed it.
Okay, enough about my mom.
So cute. Let me just reiterate that story real quick.
All right, let's move on. What's next?
Oh my gosh. Janelle Faulkner says, that whole ticket fiasco almost made me join the Sinister Six.
Dude, it was infuriating for so many people. They got to get this fixed for next time. I felt your pain, Juno. All right, what's next?
All right, I'm going to skip around on this because My Comic Planet gave 4. Okay.
Guys, remember, if you're sending in any kinds of questions, and it's going to be in multiple parts, try drafting out the question or the comment, whatever, in a notepad first so you can put them in immediately so they don't get separated. Just a tip. That's all. Just a tip. All right, what's next?
All right. I know what they're doing with these No Way Home ticket sales. You set price to a ridiculous amount, $25,000, but you also see the listing or best
offer. Yeah, absolutely.
And then you take the highest offer. It might only sell for $50, but from eBay's sold list, it will still show $25,000 in green. The way you can tell what they actually sold it for is to go to the listing detail page.
Yep.
However, for all those that sold, did you notice they immediately deleted the listing so you can see what it actually sold for? It's an eBay scheme as old as eBay itself.
Yeah, and Ray, like you are the biggest expert I know.
Yeah, but I didn't even
eBay.
know that. I
Really?
didn't even know that detail of it. I knew the method of putting what you would wish you would sell it for, if and then best offer stuff, but I didn't know you could actually see what it sold for.
Interesting stuff. All right, thanks for sharing that, My Comic Planet. A little bit of info there from My Comic Planet. Thanks, man. All right, what's next?
Ben Rayner says Channing Tatum in This Is the End is the best cameo
Oh, so good.
as the Gimp to Danny McBride.
I love him.
I love him. Forgot that Fluffy was in Magic Mike.
I'll tell you what, Channing Tatum is putting together a career of funny little cameos, because not only about that one and This Is the End, but his small little role in Free Guy is so funny.
That's funny.
Channing Tatum in Free Guy is so funny. What were you were thinking of another one? What was the one you were thinking of?
Oh, I can't remember now. I'm sure I'll think of it.
Yeah,
you past me.
Oh, he's putting together that one. All right, what's next?
Okay, this is from B. Gill Studios. Says Spielberg hasn't done a superhero movie yet
No,
either.
that's true. That's true. Hasn't done unless you consider Indiana Jones like a superhero.
Yeah.
Like if you can call Hawkeye a superhero and you can call Black Widow a superhero, you can call Indiana Jones a superhero, but he's not technically a superhero, so that's fine. All right, what's next?
Okay, this is from Joshua Mickle. Correction, Black Widow is the second MCU film to have more than 2 trailers, but that's because of delays and pushbacks with December 2019 and March 2020 trailers.
MCU has had many movies with more than 2 trailers, so I don't know where that's coming from. All right, what's next?
Tico the Vintage sends in a $31 super chat. Thank you so much.
Tico, I appreciate that very much. Thank you, dude.
Hi, John. I'm a new subscriber, and I'm glad to be a part of the community.
Good to have you here, man.
I'm worried that Spidey is going to have a really long break. I'm not sure, but I heard that Sony is denying what Amy Pascal said. Any thoughts?
I have not seen Sony. First of all, that's a huge story. If Sony is debunking what Amy Pascal said, because Amy Pascal is no longer the head of Sony. She is the producer on the movies. I have not seen that Sony is refuting what Amy Pascal said. It wouldn't be the first time Amy Pascal has said some kind of crazy things that made Kevin Feige look at her strange. That's why I warned everybody when those comments came out from Amy Pascal. I said, guys, look, before we start running with this, let's look very carefully at what was actually said. But when, somebody says something that people want to hear, they just want to take it at face value and run with it. We're all like that. I'm like that too. But I have not heard that Sony has rebuffed that. If that is true and Sony is saying, put the brake, that's a major story and it'll probably be our lead tomorrow if that's true. But I'll have to look into that. Thanks for sharing that. All right, what's next?
Dinosaurs Limbo says, I hope Soderbergh pulls a Logan Lucky and makes a country bumpkin spin-off of his Magic Mike trilogy. I'd buy a ticket to see Elwood Enchanted and his dirty tin can.
By the way, have any of you guys seen Logan Lucky?
No.
Yeah.
I really like that movie a lot.
Different.
Again, Channing Tatum, you got James Bond in there, Daniel
Craig.
I almost said Ratcliffe. You got Daniel Craig. Great cast, fun movie, little bit of heist, little bit of comedy. It's a really fun little movie.
His
And
accent
nobody
was
saw it.
Hilarious.
Nobody saw it. Like it
didn't do well.
Oh, it bombed at the box office, but it deserved much better. It's a really good little movie. You should check it out if you get a chance. All right, what's next?
Dakota Smith sends in a super chat and says, been watching since I was 15. I'm 22 now.
Good to have you here, Dakota.
I'm excited for No Way Home, but more excited about Black Knight. You think a show or movie is probably a vamp in it?
I don't know. All I do know is that, and I don't know that we're going to get a solo Black Knight thing. I think Black Knight is definitely going to pop up in something. The fact that, pardon me, that Blade shows up at the end of his cameo, gives us some suggestions that maybe Black Knight is going to be a character in Blade. So I don't know if we're going to get a solo thing, but I am very, very excited for that Black Knight one. Yes. All right, what's next?
Dante Serechia says, I tried the first 3 episodes of Wheel of Time, never read the books, and the 4 main characters are the most boring group of souls I've seen on TV. Rosamund Pike is great, but I don't care for the rest.
Everything Rosamund Pike does is awesome.
Yeah.
Rosamund Pike is a treasure. I'm mildly enjoying the show. I am mildly enjoying it, but I can't disagree with you, Dante, about your evaluation of the main characters.
What aspects of the show then are you it's keeping you there?
It's a cool story. There's a cool story to it. I'm a sucker for sword and sorcery kind of stuff. There's a very much a Lord of the Rings feel to it, which can be good or bad depending on how you look at it. But I'm staying with it for now. I'm staying with it. But yes, it is not a charismatic group of main characters, like not at all. So I agree with you on that, Dante. All right, what's next?
Rodney Loreno says, the only theater chain in Reno, Nevada that has Dolby is Galaxy Theaters. You can only purchase tickets through them exclusively.
Yeah, not every
This meant
movie
no
theater.
site crashing / easy 12 p.m. purchase.
Yeah, by the way, I didn't notice that they had a second part in there. Good catch on that, Kim. Not every movie theater is listed with Fandango or Atom Tickets. They all have to volunteer because when you sell it, when a ticket to your theater gets sold through Fandango or Atom Tickets, guess what? They keep a cut. And AMC Theaters doesn't really want them keeping the cut. So you'll never see AMC Theaters advertising, get tickets to our theater on Fandango. No, they want you to buy, they'll want you to buy your movie tickets to AMC Theaters from the AMC Theaters website, because then they don't have to get a cut to these other services. Some smaller theaters simply cannot afford to have a cut of their movie tickets taken by another service, even though it's really good having a convenient service like Fandango. But yeah, not all theaters do. And that sounds like one that they didn't do that for. All right, what's next?
All right, Paths Unwritten says, next bet, try Filipino banana ketchup on your eggs.
I have had Filipino banana ketchup. Not a fan. But Ray, you put that on some stuff, don't you? I've seen
put that on everything I own.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Filipino banana ketchup, to be honest with you. All right, what's next?
Nikita Monahan says, Cineplex consistently promoted Wheel of Time's trailer right in the middle of its movie trailers for the last 2 months or so. Unusual for a streaming show.
Not really, because remember, but if your movie starts at 7, it says it starts at 7. Before 7 p.m. and before the trailer package starts, they have what's called a pre-show. And they sell a lot of ads for TV shows and just about a lot of different things in that. And I'm okay with that. Like if you say the advertised start time is 7 o'clock, I'm okay with you showing anything before 7 o'clock. So that's not really an unusual thing. That actually happens quite regularly. All right, what's next?
Al Renshaw says, I think we need a bet between John, Ray, and Kimberly on if Spider-Man makes $1 billion at the box office.
The thing is, again, if you're going to have a bet, you have to have people who strongly disagree about it. And I'm iffy on it making $1 billion. I think it has a good chance. Mm-hmm. I think it has a very good chance. I think all of us feel like it's got a chance. I don't think any of us are willing to say it's an automatic lock that it makes $1 billion, though, right?
I don't know enough about how the movie,
That's the whole thing, right? We got to know how the movie is.
That I don't know. I just don't know. I can't make that bet on something I'm unfamiliar with.
Yeah, me too. Again, because opening weekend is one thing, but then it's all about, does the movie get good word of mouth? Does it get bad word of mouth? Does it have legs? Are people going to go back for second and third screenings? Are people going to bring new friends to come out and see with them? I mean, so there's a lot to be determined here. Ask us after we see the movie if we think it'll make $1 billion.
There is one bet I was thinking we could make.
Oh, what's that?
And that was the Tom Holland plays Spider-Man after 30. But that outcome would be in 5 years.
That's going to take a while.
It's going to take us years to find out.
I don't think he will, though, to be honest. I don't think he's going to play Spider-Man after the age of 30.
I do. So we can make that bet, and then
but everyone will forget.
All right, what's next?
Griffin Harrer says, Spider-Man No Way Home with Tobey and Andrew, if they're in it, could come close to Endgame's total revenue. If it was pre-pandemic, I think it would have came very close.
I mean, again, it all comes down to the movie. Look, you have Tobey and Andrew in there. That's great for opening weekend. If the movie's shit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're in it, if the movie's bad. Them just being there does not make the movie good any more than having Doctor Doom, one of the greatest comic book villains in the history of comic books. Just putting him in a Fantastic Four movie didn't make that movie any good. Just putting Tobey and Andrew in a movie is not going to make it good. The movie's got to be good. I expect it's going to be good. John Watts, I should say, has already given us 2 really good Spider-Man movies. No reason to believe he's not going to give us a third. But we still got to see if it's any good or not. And that's going to be the key. All right, what's next?
A. Marcellus says, congrats on your PS5.
Thank you.
I already don't have to tell you that Spider-Man Remaster and Spider-Man Miles Morales are a must.
I'm definitely going to download the Spider-Man one again because I never finished it last time. I got too frustrated with it, but I'll try it again now. All right, what's next?
Chris Leonardo says, hi, John, Kim, and Ray. Happy Tuesday. Saw a tweet from Simu Liu on Saturday poking fun of unrealistic expectations of Asian parents. Made my weekend. I hope for his continued success in the MCU.
And was that Chris? Yes. Yeah. And Chris tipped in like $25. Thank you, Chris, for that. Appreciate that very much. It's funny. Prior to dating Anne and then marrying Anne, I had dated one Asian girl before that, but I don't know much about Asian culture other than what I've watched in movies and TV shows, right? Watching Joe Coy, who I've got my Joe Coy pop around here somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. It was behind right next to the air conditioner.
Oh, it's over there. Okay. So first of all, Joe Coy is now he might be my favorite pure stand-up comedian in the business right now. Joe Coy is hilarious.
He's so funny.
But his absolute best stuff is all about his family and his mom. And it's so funny because, Ray, I think you're the one who introduced me to Joe Coy. I think the first time I saw a Joe Coy special was because you put it on.
Yeah.
And I just remember laughing my guts out because even though I had no stereotypes yet of Filipino parents, I only had my experience with Ann and Ray's mom and dad. That's it. That's all I had. But then seeing Joe Coy joking about all that. I'm like, oh my God, this is so on the money.
Came full
And then
circle.
watching you and Ann basically in tears, like Ann literally crying, laughing.
It's just so close to home. That's why.
It's so good.
It's so close to home.
It's so good. So that was my first real experience with that stuff. All right, what's next?
James Argenta says, my theater is already adding more shows for No Way Home.
Yeah, and it's going to happen. You're going to see that happen more and more. That more and more shows are going to be added. It's going to be huge. All right, what's next?
Ismail Montoya says, I need your opinion, John.
All right.
I have 2 No Way Home tickets for an AMC Dolby at 3 p.m. on Thursday the 16th,
Nice.
and a buddy offers $1,000 each. If you were me, would you sell?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, 1,000 times yes.
Yes.
Yes, 1,000,000 times yes. Okay. If he was offering you $1,000 for the seat and it also meant you could never watch the movie, maybe no. You can go watch it the next day. You can go watch. Take that. You know what you can do with that $1,000? You can do a lot with that $1,000.
Stay off social media, though.
Yeah, but stay off social media for the day. But for $1,000, I will go into my room with a Nintendo Switch,
Don't do it.
close the door, play Mario Party for 24 hours, not look on social media, and then go to the movies the next day. For $1,000, sell that ticket, man.
All right, can we get your buddy's contact info? We got.
Yeah, I got 200 seats I can give him right now if he wants them for $1,000 a shot. All right, what's next?
Ben Rainerson's in a super chat. Thank you, Ben.
As does Sneaker Bro
Sneaker Bro.
Podcast and Stephen A. White. Just send that. All right, guys. Thank you. That does it for all of our comments. Again, we shut it down so we don't get overrun with them. So here's what we're going to do now, guys. We're going to take a short little break for a couple of minutes. And a big thank you to all you guys who sent in your thoughts and observations. We're going to take a short 5-minute break here, give you a chance to talk amongst yourselves, grab a bite to eat, run, use the bathroom, whatever. And then we're going to be right back with your questions that you guys have sent in as well. So don't go anywhere, guys. We will be right back. All right, everybody. Oh, we're not going to say. Well, we're not going to repeat what we were just talking about before we went back live. We're not going to mention what we were just talking about. All right, everybody, and we are back. Thank you for your patience and indulgence. And now it's time for us to go over and start taking your questions. Again, if you want to send in a question to be read on this show or in an upcoming companion video, simply go down to the description of this video and you'll see a tip link to send in questions. Click on that or enter it in manually at www.streamelements.com/movieblogtv/tip. You'll be getting your question read on a show if, of course, we deem your question appropriate to be used on the show. And, of course, you'll be supporting the channel at the same time. And all of us involved with the John Campea Show, thank you guys so much for your support. All right, Kim, let's get over to it. What is our first question here?
All right, comes from Dangerous D. Hi, John. Remember when in Eternals, everyone went nuts when they mentioned Superman's name in the movie? Well, DC League of Super Pets, Clark Kent himself mentioned a Marvel character. Clark Kent was ironing his shirt with heat vision. He jokingly calls himself Iron Man.
Yeah, now I don't know that I'd say everybody went nuts when they name dropped Superman. I think it was fun though. It was a good moment. And yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like the trailer for Super Pets. I know you guys did, but I didn't like the trailer. I wish I liked it though. I do. I wish I liked it. All right, what's next?
Sam Fisher says, because you talk about it so much, I finally sat down and listened to Joshua Tree.
Nice. Greatest album of all time.
While I won't be going to a U2 concert in the next time they're in town, I really liked it. Also, the best song on the album is One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill's a great song.
What album should I listen to next?
I think their next most kind of revolutionary one was Actung Baby. It was because it was such a departure from Joshua Tree as well. So yeah, I'm glad you checked it out, but check out Actung Baby. I think you're gonna like that one a lot too. All right, what's next?
Wes Maurer says, hey John, hope this makes sense, but I always wondered how they make all the magical software you see on computer screens in TV shows and movies. Is that something done with CG, or do they make software specifically for the show?
That is a great question, Wes. Question. They actually 90% of the time it's just animated. It's not a real piece of software.
He's talking about like when you see radar, like in the military scenes where they have
or a specific piece of software
Batman in front of the TVs.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's usually just computer generated, animated on afterwards. They don't normally. I'm sure sometimes they write a quick program up, like a real quick and dirty, just to have one little simple interface. But I think most of the time it's just completely. They make the graphics to go on to make it look like it is. It's a great question though.
All right, I did a commercial for Instacart. And
you did?
Yeah.
I use Instacart like 3 times a week.
Yeah, one of my commercials came out this week for paychecks. Cool. So and then Instacart should come out soon. But it was funny because in the commercial, I'm using the app on my phone.
Right.
And it's just green. And then the director tells me where to point because he tells me where, you're going to point this and it's going to be like, ooh, here's my shopping cart. So that was kind of weird. That was my first time just like pretending like I'm like, oh, this is green. Oh, okay, that's funny. But yeah,
insider stuff right there.
It's really funny. It's really weird.
Insider stuff.
Insider look at the industry. Stuff. All right, what's next?
McJesus says, hey, John, so the MCU doesn't do anything by accident. And with Holland saying No Way Home is the end of a franchise, where would you put your bet on Childish Gambino popping up again, mentioning his nephew Morales at some point in No Way Home?
Very low.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, very low.
Really?
Yep. I think almost non-existent.
Oh, man.
Almost non-existent. Not non-existent, just very low.
I think he'll be there more than I think that Toby and Andrew will be there.
Oh, wow.
Really?
I do.
Someone needs to bet this right here.
Oh, here's the next.
No, I'm not. I'm done with bets for a while. I think this
I'm like, that's a two-way street, my friend. That's a two-way street.
All right, what's next?
Hunter says, hi, John. First time sending in a question. I've been watching you since The Rise of Skywalker came out. I grew up with the Star Wars prequels and love them. I just wanted to know your overall thoughts on them and why they didn't work for you.
Well, Hunter, look, I've explained that 1,000 times. I'm not going to spend 5 minutes going into it. No, they're garbage. I think they're absolute hot garbage. But the most important thing is that that you liked it, and that's awesome. Like I'll celebrate anything that brings people into Star Wars fandom, even if it's a set of movies that I didn't like. I think they're terribly written, badly acted, because frankly, they're badly directed, even though I will always have a shrine to George Lucas that I will burn incense at, and all hail George Lucas, but they are badly acted because they are badly directed. Terrible dialogue, almost unwatchable. And the funny thing about the prequels is this. if you write down a 2-page synopsis, like a 2-page outline of each of the 3 movies, it looks like they're going to be really good movies. Like, I like the basic outline of what those movies were and what the stories of those 3 are. But the execution was horribly done. Visually gorgeous, groundbreaking, world-changing visual effects and all that kind of stuff, but terrible dialogue, bad performances brought on by poor direction. It just makes them very, very difficult for me to watch. The third one, Revenge of the Sith, is the least offensive. Third one, Revenge of the Sith, isn't a steaming pile of horse shit.
Oh my God.
But even that is still pretty bad. But that's not the important thing. If you like it, I celebrate that. And I think that's awesome if you do. And anything that brought you into the Star Wars universe as a fan is good by me. All right, what's next?
All right, Andrew says, I already bought my tickets today in person at my local AMC in Florida.
In person seems to have been the way to go, Andrew. I think you were ahead of the curve on that, dude. Well thought out. All right, what's next?
Devin says, hey, John and Ray, big fan from North Carolina. I'm watching live right now. Very pumped for No Way Home. Looking forward to Ray wearing that tutu. I hope to fly out someday to meet you guys. Bring on the filthy.
This clearly was not written in today. This was a question that came in
Today, yesterday, tomorrow.
Oh my God.
I could sit here with my legs spread open, no problem.
Holy shit.
The win is a win, baby.
This was clearly written in a little more than 24 hours ago, but yeah, no Tutu Tuesday, unfortunately. It was Ketchup on Egg Tuesday, unfortunately. All right, what's next?
Ozziant says, luckily, I had luck pre-ordering 6 tickets for my cousin and friends. I tried my luck in a kiosk and an AMC this past Tuesday, and I brought them right then and there, and they're still reserved. Hashtag let's go.
So if you made that trip, I forgot there's kiosks.
They have the AMC kiosks there.
The whole time I was thinking, there's no live person going to be there. It's way past 10. But I think have kiosks.
I think the kiosks shut down. I don't think they're open 24 hours. But I do think they have Ozziant clearly had the right idea and go in there and bind them in person because that worked for him very well. All right, what's next?
Wade O'Neill says, managed to get an opening night ticket to a landmark cinema in an Edmonton suburb, as I couldn't get through on Cineplex.
Again, going there in person to do it, Wade. And by the way, Wade tipped in $20. Thank you, Wade, for that. Appreciate that very much. Again, you guys ahead of the curve. I mean, we should have learned that lesson from Rise of Skywalker, because I remember when Rise of Skywalker tickets came out, with all the frustration of the websites crashing, a lot of people reported they had great success just going to their movie theater and buying the tickets. Now, of course, if we had done that, we wouldn't have been able to do Ticket Watch 2021. We wouldn't have been able to do that, but still, you guys were completely ahead of the curve. I'm glad you got those, Wade. And I'm curious which suburb of that, because a buddy of mine lived in, I think it was called Prince Albert, which was right outside of Edmonton. So I wonder if you're in Prince Albert there, because I used to go and visit Prince Albert because my buddy lived there. So good to hear about, Wade. All right, what's next?
Nicole K says, just saw Encanto for the second time.
Which Nicole K? Is it the AMC We Come Here for Movie Magic Nicole Kidman writing in? Oh. I knew it. She's stalking me. All right, what's next?
She is.
Sorry, keep
excited to get tickets for No Way Home and West Side. What's your take on Encanto and Lin-Manuel's music? Keep up the hard work. Good luck on the tickets.
Ann and I were going to go see it last night. We were going to go last night, and then we decided, nah.
I was supposed to see it Monday.
We're just too tired. We didn't go. Yeah. I'm dying to see Encanto. Listen, Lin-Manuel is killing it. In the Heights was so great. Obviously, Hamilton. His music in Moana was amazing. There's a line where the sky meets the sea, and it calls me. I get moved by that every single time. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson singing "You're Welcome" is so damn good. His direction of Tick, Tick, Boom was amazing. Lin-Manuel Miranda is
very talented.
It's crazy. It's not just the hype of one big show like Hamilton. He is proving he can do it day in, day out. He can do this all day. Yeah. He's great.
You know, it's something that brought tears to my eyes.
What's that?
I was walking out of seeing House of Gucci, and there was a Hispanic family that went to see Encanto, and they had a baby, they had a teenager, they had some kids, there was a grandma, and then there was a great grandma in the wheelchair going to see Encanto. And I know we were talking about representation the other day, and it just made me cry because I was thinking, great grandma's here to see this movie and to see their culture represented. And I just thought it was beautiful because they literally had every age. They had like 8 months old to like 95. And it was just, I just looked at them and nodded, and I just thought that was a beautiful thing to
Those
see.
movie
That was
moments
amazing.
we're talking about.
Yep, it's the movie moments. All right, what's
Priceless,
next?
priceless. Javier says, "Hi, hey John. I don't remember being this stressed or on the edge for Endgame to get a seat. Do you think that it's more of a hype ordeal, or it's just that many more people buying tickets for opening night? Love your videos. Stay safe."
Thanks for that, Xavier. Look, it's a couple of things. Yes, more people today know that you can get tickets online. Like that's a big part of it. Don't estimate how important and how big of a deal is that it's been years, literally now, been a couple of years since we had an event film like this with movie theaters pretty much fully open, and all this kind of stuff. That's a huge part of this. We haven't had this experience in a long time. Back in 2019, we were getting to have this experience every month and a half.
That's true. That's right. It was just rollout after rollout. Yeah,
Like how many
you're right.
billion-dollar
You're
films
right.
came out in 2019? Like 8, 9? I can't remember. The many billion-dollar films that came out that year. We were getting to have this experience like every month and a half. And now, then we had to go like 2 years. So that's a big part of it too. That's absolutely a big part of it too. All right, what's next?
Patrick Foley says, "I was in queue, got the tickets, got an error, then got in another queue. Currently 33 minutes left. A part of me thinks that AMC is loving
Again, so this kind of came in. This was coming in when we were trying to get tickets and all that kind of stuff. Patrick, I hope it worked out for you, brother. I really, really do. All right, what's next up?
Leon says, "Hey John, there's a new TV spot out now."
Yeah, a new TV spot came out, but it was like the other TV spots. It was mostly footage that was already in. It was relatively short, and unfortunately didn't get me out of eating ketchup on eggs. Unfortunately.
But it's all over now.
But it's over now. The Pepto is doing its job. I didn't vomit. It's all good now. All right, what's next?
Vegetable Tube says, "Adam tickets for Spidey available on different days."
Was that night too?
But again, even trying to get on to Adam tickets, we were having crashing and problem, all that kind of stuff. It was a terrible experience. All right, what's next?
Anthony Fontaine says, "Love you, John. Man, Sony must be loving being able to make site crashes with the PS5 and now movie tickets."
Hey, listen. Sony, Disney, yeah, no, they're popping bottles finding out that their movie is crashing websites. That's nothing but good news for them. They is super happy right now. All right, what's next?
Colin D says, "Got my Spider-Man tickets. I think it aired out and looked like it failed, but I got the email with all the ticket info and the tickets are listed on my account. Do I celebrate or worry?"
So what were we talking about there? Oh yeah, the whole thing about the tickets and everything. If you've got the actual confirmation, if you've got the confirmation, then you're good. You're good. You're safe. Everything's fine. As long as you got that confirmation in the email, you should be absolutely 100% safe. All right, what's next?
Jake Rose says, "Hey John, I'm eagerly..."
Hold a second. Sorry. I have a little problem here. One of our screens went down. And we're back. Okay, we're good now. Go ahead, Kim. Sorry about that.
No problem. Jake Rose says, "Hey John, I'm eagerly watching this madness and on the edge of my seats, as many are, LOL. After seeing all this, do you have an estimate on how much this movie is projected to make opening weekend after seeing all this craziness?"
It's hard to say because advanced ticket sales, as much as they have grown and grown and grown, we have seen ticket sales records broken and then not come anywhere near to breaking the actual opening weekend box office, right? Those are still two true things. So we are still in an era when there are still people that are hesitant to go back to the movie theaters. We are still in an era where there are some countries around the world but the opening weekend doesn't matter about internationally. Opening weekend box office is about the domestic box office. I'm going to say, now remember, the current pandemic era box office records is being held by Venom 2 at $90 million, $90 or $91 million. This is going to slaughter that. It's going to absolutely slaughter it. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, because they didn't put Toby and Andrew in the trailer, I'm going to say $170 million. Well, remember, the current record is 90.
Wait.
The current pandemic era is 90. I'm going to say $170 million.
Is that your worst case prediction? like worst case scenario prediction, as in if the movie's bad, that's the lowest it'll make.
No.
Oh, well, if the
Whether the movie's good or bad is irrelevant because this is opening weekend.
Okay.
This is before people actually know it's good or not.
Right.
So opening weekend, I'm going to say 170. Had they put Toby and Andrew, and I believe this wholeheartedly, had they put Toby and Andrew in a third trailer, which they still might, I suppose. But as of right now, they haven't. So if they had put them in there, I would say over 200 million. But I will still say it will be a record-shattering $170 million. It's going to be massive. Going to be massive. How it will do long term, we won't know until we get to that. All right, what's next?
Joseph Lockett said, was just able to score 2 tickets for me and my nephew at Flick's Brew House. Best of luck to you guys and hope you get yours as well.
After all the frustration that night, it's great hearing some success stories coming out of it. All right, what's next?
Shocked Aqua says, got super lucky and got my tickets for a local theater.
Awesome.
Shocked Aqua also says, just got my tickets for a local theater. So happy.
And we are happy that you got them, Shocked Aqua. So excited. Had to say it twice. So excited. All right, what's next?
Noah Molaski says, John, I went to the theaters and brought my Spidey tickets there. Got them 10 minutes after they dropped.
You know what? I think this is going to become a big, important lesson for us, that when the next big one comes out, now I don't think Doctor Strange 2 is going to have as much hype. Then again, it depends. How does Spider-Man No Way Home end?
Yeah.
Does Spider-Man No Way Home end with just a big open door into Doctor Strange 2? If so, that could be even more crazy. But it seems like if you just want to know that you're not going to have any problems getting your tickets the moment they become available, it's sounding like the way to go is going to the theater and buying it there in person. Yep. That still might be the most reliable way to do it. All right, what's next?
The Super Korean says, hi, John. Hello, Kim, and good day to you, Ray. So I watched the Spider-Man trailer, and when Doctor Strange says they're all coming and I can't stop them, what would the odds of seeing Tom Cruise, Iron Man, and John Krasinski, Captain America from another multiverse, or even Strange opens up a portal and shows them for a quick second? After all, they were considered for these roles. I think it would be great to see these actors, even in the briefest of scenes.
All right, so here's the thing. For those of you who don't know, and I know most people don't know this, Tom Cruise was lined up to play Iron Man before it ultimately went to Robert Downey Jr. And John Krasinski did audition and was one of the finalists to play Captain America. 0% chance. And here's why. 99% of people do not know that at all.
Yeah.
So you do that in the theater, most people are going to have no idea what's going on. They're just going to be confused. It's like, wait, why did they just show us Jim from The Office and the guy from Mission Impossible? Why did they just put Maverick up there? What did that have to do with anything? It's just going to be confusing to the most audience. So no, 0 chance. 0% chance.
That's the best casting story, by the way. Have you heard John Krasinski tell that story of how he auditioned?
Oh, I did not.
And then as he was walking out, he watched Chris Hemsworth walk in and he goes, I didn't get it. No. Chris Hemsworth. But he just saw how big he was and was like, in terms of just like being in the same stature with these guys, he was like, yeah, no, I didn't get it. Never mind.
He started getting jacked for Jack Ryan.
Yeah, but once he started getting jacked up for Jack Ryan.
He was like Jim level though. And he's like, no, I didn't get this. I didn't get the part.
All right, what's next?
Underpowered Howard says, hey, John, hello, Kim, and good day to you, Ray. My all-time favorite movie is The Usual Suspects.
Love it.
Due to Kevin Spacey's shenanigans. I feel like I can't say it's my favorite movie now anymore in public, but do you think Kevin Spacey will ever bounce back?
No.
No.
You know what? People love a comeback story. They do. But there was just the first actual legal, court decision made where the production company behind House of Cards successfully just sued Kevin Spacey, I believe, for $31 million.
Holy moly.
Essentially, what that meant was that the court agreed with the production company that Kevin Spacey's actions are what caused the turmoil that happened at House of Cards. Essentially, it's this. The court agreed that yeah, Kevin Spacey did a lot of this stuff, and therefore he broke the conduct rules that were in the contract. A court determined that Kevin Spacey did break the conduct rules. That is very, very damning. It's the first real court decision about the whole Kevin Spacey thing, and it's very, very damning on Kevin Spacey, who I'm not going to lie to you, has been one of my favorite actors in the world. He was actually my pick for many years that he should be a host of the Oscars. He's a movie historian. He's a song and dance man. He's funny. He's hilarious. He knows everything about the movie business. I said for a long time, Kevin Spacey should be the host of the Oscars. But now there's actual court decision against him. $31 million. And here's the funny thing. It doesn't bother me at all when it comes to watching his older, like his films that I've watched before all the stuff came out. So I can watch American Beauty and I can watch Usual Suspects, which is one of my top 10 favorite films of all time.
Yeah.
I can watch those movies and not even blink, but I cannot even imagine watching a new one with him. And I don't have an explanation for that. I don't know why my mind is working that way. But I can't imagine watching a new movie with Kevin Spacey, but I have no problem watching movies that I've already experienced before I knew about the shenanigans. I don't know how or why that is, but I couldn't watch anything new with him. But no, I do not think he's going to bounce back. I don't think there's any coming back from this. So, and you can have your own opinion about that. That's fine. But you're asking me if I think he's going to be able to bounce back. I'm not saying whether he deserves to bounce back or not. You're asking me, do I think he can bounce back? And I think the answer to that is no. All right. What's next?
Dangerous D says, hi, John. I bought online 4K video digital camera for $70.
It's going to be crap.
It has 4K, 48 MP, 3.5 IPS touchscreen, Wi-Fi connection, can connect to your phone, comes with 2-in-1 wide-angle lens and macro lenses, 24 FPS, not a brand name. I don't even see a brand name, getting it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and the reality is, Dangerous D, like you can do a lot of things to be able to put specs on your product, but I'm telling you, it's probably not going to be great. It's probably not going to be very good at all. Just don't be wooed by the specs, right? It may have a 48 megapixel sensor. I mean, but there's a lot of things they can say that has. My $1,000 Sony A series, Alpha series camera, I think it has a smaller megapixel. I think it has like 18 megapixel counter, but it's a gorgeous image. Don't be fooled by the fake specs they put on things. It's probably not going to be a very good camera. Just giving you a little bit of heads up and warning. Don't have your expectations very high. All right, what's next?
Ryan Launer says, I've got a hotline on some Spider-Man tickets, but I can't say any more over the phone.
And but so do we. Get that? I can't. He's making a play on one of my most hated movies tropes, which I call it the midnight at murder peak, which is one of my most hated movie tropes is, and Ryan clearly knows this, is when like the hero gets a call from somebody who says, basically, I've discovered the identity of the murderer. And the hero says, really, who is it? And we all know what the guy on the phone's going to say. Not over the phone. Meet me at midnight at murder's peak. And of course, as soon as that happens, we as the audience know, well, they're never going to meet because this guy on the phone is going to get murdered, right? Happens all the time in movies. And I think Ryan's giving us a little bit of a play on that. All right, what's next?
Suthia says, I would love to see No Way Home opening weekend, but I've learned my lesson with big movies such as Force Awakens, Endgame, etc. It's fun to watch with big crowds, but I can't hear a lick of dialogue because of all the hooping and hollering at everything.
You know what? I'll take it. I get it. Yes, in those big event crowd audience atmospheres, or even a big comedy, when there's a big funny joke and an immediate line comes after that, you're going to miss some of the lines because everybody's laughing. I get it. That's unfortunate, but I'll pick up those lines the next time I view the movie. I will not trade that for anything. Having the audience getting into it and experiencing it and enjoying it and expressing their love for it, I'll take that all day. All day, every day, I'll take that. All right, we got time for just a couple more. What's next?
Marco L says, hi, John and crew. About JW Dominion, Jurassic World.
Right? Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, you saw more footage of it at CinemaCon. Can you give more info about that? And do you think it looks better than the previous Jurassics? Also, could it end up online like the prologue? Thanks.
They'll probably use it in some of their marketing. It's hard to say that it looks better than the other ones. It was just like bits of footage. It was really a sizzle. It wasn't even like an assembled trailer, if I remember correctly. So I don't know that I expect to look, although I'll say this, look, I'm excited for this movie. I like the Jurassic World movies, the two we've got. I think they're both really fun. And the fact that they're getting in full legitimate roles, the original cast back,
I'm
Laura
excited.
Dern, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum. I don't know what there is to not be excited about. I mean, I think this is going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to it a lot. All right, what's next?
Luke1234 says, I'm thinking of checking out some of the older Star Wars novels prior to Disney acquisition of Lucasfilm. Which books would you say are must-reads and which should be avoided? And were there any books that were middle of the road for you?
Look, we can't go into a full rundown of the 1,000 Star Wars extended universe books that there were. Look, obviously, the only ones that are must read is the Timothy Zahn Admiral Thrawn trilogy, the Heir to the Empire trilogy. Those are the must read ones. And again, it's a little different from the Admiral Thrawn that we have now, but Admiral Thrawn is one of the key characters that actually made it into canon from the expanded universe. And of course, we're going to see Grand Admiral Thrawn in the upcoming Ahsoka series as well, which is great. They've obviously already used him in animation in Rebels. It is the must-read ones. None of the rest of them are must-read. There's some of the Yuzhang Vong series are actually pretty good. Some of those are actually pretty good. Some stuff with the twins and the Jedi kids and all that kind of one goes bad, one goes good. Anyway, there's some all right stuff, but really the only must-read ones are the Timothy Zahn series. Now, there's also some decent ones in the X-Wing series. The X-Wing series has some decent ones, but again, the only must-read ones are the Timothy Zahn ones. All right, what's next?
All right, the Pizza God says, thanks to a TikTok video, I got my tickets at the AMC kiosk Sunday at 5 p.m. East Coast. The seating was completely empty, and I got 4 tickets for the exact seats I wanted for the Dolby. So for the next time there's a hype movie, I recommend people go in person.
Although I am curious, how did the TikTok video help you? You didn't tell us how you said thanks to a TikTok video. Was it just a TikTok video of somebody saying, hey man, just come to the movie theater and buy the tickets. You'll have no problem.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the people who were doing that were the ones who were ahead of the curve. All right, last question of the day. What is next?
GQ Pleasure says, greetings.
GQ Pleasure.
I wasn't ready.
Somebody's going to take what Ray just said and make it a ringtone. Pleasures. All right, what is it?
Greetings, John and crew. Was on your live show last night for Spider-Man No Way Home tickets and was having trouble completing a purchase. I had lost hope. Then I checked my bank account and saw a charge from AMC and checked AMC app, and voila, the tickets were there, ready to go.
Yeah, I heard from a number of people that said, yeah, bought tickets and then it crashed. Now,
there's more, sorry.
I never got to there was more to it?
It didn't say one of two.
Okay, keep going.
So those who tried to get tickets from the AMC should check their AMC app to see if tickets are there or on their bank account. Looks like we're going to the movies after all on opening night. Always enjoy the show and keep up the great work.
Well, thank you so much for that, GQ. Pleasures. I appreciate that. Yeah, now, I never personally got to the point. When we were trying on Ticket Watch 2021 to get to that point, we were able to get in, say we wanted how many seats, and then it would crash. But then we get back in, say how many seats, and then get to the part where we could select our individual seats. Say, great, we want this seat, this seat, this seat, and this seat. And then it would crash. We never actually got to the part where I would pay for it. We did hear from a number of people that got even further than us and got to where they would pay for it and they'd hit purchase and then it would wait and wait and wait and then get an error. And then those people saying, whoo, the purchase went through. I got my tickets in my email, something like that. So thank goodness for that. We never got to that point.
Yeah, we never did, actually.
Oh, it was so frustrating.
It was a roller coaster.
A roller coaster of emotions. But we're really happy that you guys who did get to that point got. Now, we actually also heard from somebody who found out that their credit card got charged twice and they never got their tickets.
Oh, no.
But AMC refunded them instantly. So at least that got taken care of. So I'm glad to hear a lot of you guys got those tickets. All right, guys, listen, there are more questions up here from Benjamin, from Orange Grove, from JR69 and others. Do not worry. We're going to be doing a companion video later today. So if you haven't seen your question get answered yet, come on back a little bit later. We'll see it then. And of course, we'll answer more on the John Campea Show tomorrow. But for now, that'll do it. for today's installment of the John Campea Show. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and making this show part of your day. Big special thank you to all you guys who sent in your comments and your questions. Number one, because you gave us great fun things to talk about. But number two, you supported this channel as you did it, and all of us involved with the John Campea Show. Thank you guys so much for your support. Also, quick reminder, if there are any of you guys who still want to help us give that adoptive family the absolute best Christmas that we can, right at the top of the description, you'll see a PayPal link where you can go and make a donation. All that money that's sent in there is going to go directly on a prepaid card that we were able to give this family to meet their needs, pay their bills, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to help with that, that's where the link is. And we'll be back again tomorrow. I want to thank Kim for being here. Kim, glad you're feeling better. Where can people follow you?
Hey guys, you can catch me on Instagram at What'sGoodKimberly.
And of course, the chef.
Pleasure.
Chef.
The most pleasurous chef.
I can't.
GQ pleasure.
Ray, or the chef of pleasures. Where can people follow you, Ray?
That's Ray Aura with a 0.
All right, you guys, of course, follow me on Twitter. Actually, I just realized I never tell people to just go follow me on Twitter. Go and follow me on Twitter. I just, I'm getting close. I'm getting close
I don't think I've heard you say
to
that.
100,000 followers. I haven't been paying attention forever.
Oh, shoot.
But I'm getting close to 100. I think I got like 97,000
Trying to wait for you
followers
to
on
slip up with the pictures.
So, tell you what, guys. Does the internet send me internet money if you hit 100,000 followers on Twitter?
Right.
I don't know. But hey, guys, go and follow me on Twitter. Let's get me to 100,000 for no apparent reason. I have no idea that there's any kind of thing that happens, but go and follow me on Twitter simply at John Campea, or follow me on Instagram at John Campea as well. But for now, that'll do it for us, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. My name's John Campea, and until next time, my friends, bye-bye.